Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, December 23rd, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got Monday Night Football, the Nolans Saints versus the Green Bay Packers. Kickoff is going to be here in roughly 10 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into some football. Let's get it, baby. And on the thumb on the left is AK-41 Alvin Kamara. Late scratch. Unfortunate that he won't be out there rumbling and a bumbling. And on the right, one of the best running backs this year in Josh Jacobs. Let's get it, baby. And we'll be shooting for 20 likes within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall, and obviously 100 in the donos on every single stream. But when you get off to a very good start like this, obviously hitting the goal and then getting to the next goal, and then, hopefully we can end up, having a few other people add on to this. But I appreciate you very, very much. Christmas bonus coming in. Wishing you and the NWSF family a very Merry Christmas. All the peace and love and laughter for 2025. I thank you for all the love and support for me over the last 3 years. You truly have no idea what it means to me, and the same goes back from me to you. We really do appreciate everything that you bring to the channel. And again, the support for me and Paisley Pup and the NWSF, I appreciate you very, very much. $200 dono. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack Bang Bang. And then when Megan is in the room, if she's not in the room yet, or obviously when you are, you let me know what you want to do photo-wise, and I got you. I got a few of them already lined up and prepped. I think I got about 15 in there for you of some of your favorites, but let me know what you're wanting. And I got you. Thank you so much. Happy early Merry Christmas to everyone. And obviously we know in this particular matchup, the Green Bay Packers are going to win this game. It could get a little ugly. No Carr, no MBS, no AK-41 Alvin Kamara. Offensive line has been, beat up quite a bit, all season. But again, it gives you a chance to evaluate Josh Jacobs and the Green Bay Packers. Our boy Double E is obviously needing 40 points out of Josh Jacobs, which would probably be Jacobs' high in his career in fantasy, I would assume. I'm not sure if Jacobs has hit 40 or 50 ever, but that typically would mean 3 to 4 touchdowns on top of 150 to probably 200 some yards to be able to get close to that number. So, I won't say that it's impossible, but it would have to be a career night. And otherwise, Zini will be the champ in our league this year. Reflect in the building. What's good? Christmas Eve already for you. Appreciate you. And I got some photos here prepped, so let's get into these before we get into kickoff. And I'll start it off here with one of your recent recommendations, and then we'll go down this here as well. Jacob with a $5. Yeah, you let me know what Steelers player you want, and I gotcha. Happy early birthday. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack Bang Bang. We're at 205, 95 to go to hit the goal. Let's go. And every dollar counts. It all adds up at the end of the day. And reflect, I did end up, getting, my funds through Google and YouTube. And then I sent a little bit of money his way as well. So Double E got a little Christmas love from you and me based on the dono that you did earlier last month. It finally ended up hitting, the paycheck through Google and YouTube. And then not only did I send that to Double E, I ended up sending a little bit of my own. I don't really have a whole lot of spare money, to be honest. But again, with all the circumstances that Double E has gone through this season, sometimes, there's going to be someone that it's really, truly going to appreciate it. And then I imagine he'll be here in the room at some point saying hello. But for Double E, I said, "What's up, brother?" And I said, "I sent you some money here for a gift from Reflect and myself. Merry Christmas." Little Santa emoji, Christmas tree emoji. And then he replied this morning, "Thank you, man. Means a lot. Prayer hands emoji. Merry Christmas." So, I always am true to my word. If someone ends up blessing me, we'll make sure we, bless others as we can whenever that comes in. So, Jacob, you let me know. All right, he wants Pickens and Watt. Let's get some of Megan's photos here squared away, since we have about 5 minutes before, obviously, kickoff. And again, we're at 2:05 on the Dono train, 95 to go to hit the goal. Let's go, baby. And I try to find as many of the photos of Megan's favorites ahead of time. And obviously, if you're a fan of SVU, fantastic show. Megan's got her favorites. So we're going to make sure that we're spoiling her here tonight. Then I got to give you a little bit of Anson as well. Appreciate you. And then after I go through all of these photos, if there's anything else that you want to be able to see on top of what I have not shown yet, you just let me know, type it in the chat, and I'll periodically be able to sprinkle that in throughout timeouts, halftime, or commercial breaks. But I wanted to make sure I got a good selection of your favorites, some nice quality HD 4K photos of all of your favorites here on the channel. Appreciate you. And we'll be doing the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow. I'm going to take Paisley to get her nails trimmed and her body washed and to get her Christmas, bone or rope, obviously, for the celebration. Christmas will be off. If they had a late game, like they normally do, a triple header, I would have been able to do that one and get back in time. But since they only have games that are going to be on at 10 a.m. and at 1, I'm not going to be able to do anything on Christmas. So we'll be spending time with family and Paisley. And then the day after Christmas is the Seahawks and the Bears. And normally I would be able to do that, but I am going to the Blazer game. We got floor seats against the Jazz. The Blazers are terrible, but it's going to be a day to spend with my best friend. We're going to end up going to Ground Control, which is a 2-story arcade. Spend probably 2 or 3 hours there, try to beat a couple games. Then we're going to go get food of some kind, pizza, burgers, tacos, chicken, something. I don't really know, but we'll do that. And then we'll end up going to the Blazer game to enjoy that. And then obviously when we come back on Friday, we're going to end up getting into, obviously the college bowl season. So I was peeking ahead. So we're going to be looking at as far as schedule-wise here real quick, and we'll get some photos up here as well. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. All right, so we are going to, as I just peek ahead real quick for you guys. Okay, so on Friday, we got bowl games all day, starting at 9 a.m. with Oklahoma Navy, then Georgia Tech Vanderbilt, Texas Tech Arkansas, and then we have Syracuse versus Washington State, and then USC Texas A&M. And I'm going to do the Syracuse versus Washington State Holiday Bowl based off the time. It's at 5 o'clock. Otherwise, I might consider doing USC A&M, but that one is at 7:30 Pacific. So for others, it would be like 9:30 or 10:30 at night, a little too late. So I'm going to try to do it a little bit earlier. And then as we get into Saturday, we're going to have Iowa State and Miami in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. It'll either be that one, but more than likely, we're going to do BYU and Colorado based off the time, 4:30 Pacific. So I'm definitely excited about a lot of these bowl games, as well as the NFL matchups that we end up having here in the next few weeks. All right, see if I can get a couple of photos here real quick. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, early Happy New Year. Appreciate all of y'all very, very much. Just trying to get these to load here real quick. Appreciate you. Let's see if I can get one more in here. Let's go, baby. Happy early birthday, Jacob. No problem. Always. Appreciate you for doing that. And I know, obviously, that's going to definitely make Elliot's Christmas a little bit better. Green Bay with a decent return right out of the gates. Amber in the building. What's good? Nowlin Saints in the building. What's good? All right, I gotta get all my screens all situated here. So I got to get everything set up. Okay. All right, baby, here we go. First down and 10. Shotgun set, handoff. It's a little fake to Jacobs to read on the little toss. And a decent gain there of 5 yards off the fake halfback dive. Second down and 5 for the Packers. Second down and 5. Unfortunately, with all the injuries with the Saints, the chances of them winning this game is 0. But hopefully they make it somewhat competitive here tonight. Josh Jacobs, Cam Jordan still balling even at an older age for the Saints. They don't have too many pieces left that are healthy that can make plays, but Cam Jordan still trying out there. Good defense there. Loss of 1 for Josh Jacobs. Third down and 6. Oh, and they jump off sides. Come on, Cam Jordan. We can't just praise you and then you jump off sides the next play. Come on, Cam. Five-yard penalty, third down. And now it's going to be third down and 1 instead of third down and 6. But again, starting off the season, 2-0, kind of the talk of the town, went on a 7-game losing streak, fired their coach, got Rizzy in there now. And again, a lot of question marks, on what they're going to be doing with the head coach, the quarterback, and a lot of the holes that they need to fill on offense and defense. But it wouldn't shock me, at some point or another if the Saints end up being the Saints again, but it may take a couple years. First down, Packers, Josh Jacobs. Rumbling and a bumbling. First down, Green Bay. Move the chain. Josh Jacobs has been a huge upgrade for Aaron Jones. Even though Aaron Jones was fantastic for Green Bay in his time there, Jacobs is an upgrade, and it definitely gives them that extra oomph in the lineup that they need to help Jordan Love out. Halfback toss. Driving those legs, very powerful. Gain of 7 yards, second down and 3 on the Nolans 44. What's good, Amber? How are you? Long time no talk. I hope that you're doing okay. Hopefully your health is getting a little bit better, and I hope that you have a happy holiday. Second down and 3 at the Nolans 44. Still knotted up here at 0 in the first quarter. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us out with that algorithm. Shotgun set. Love, screen pass to Josh Jacobs. He gets the ball almost every play. Good blockers downfield. There we go. First down. Packers. Move the chains. All right, we need 4 more likes to be able to get to 10, and hopefully now we need 2 more likes to get to 10, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more volume as the game goes on. Hey, I can understand that, physically, mentally, obviously spiritually, it's definitely tough, and hopefully you have a good people around you to, keep your mental health as much in a sane atmosphere as you can. Play action fake, love, little floater, Tucker Kraft, first down, Packers, move the chains. Yeah, and also they needed to fire Dennis Allen. I mean, that was just a coordinator that got thrusted into the head coaching, spot. And as we know, just because you're a coordinator and you're good at it, at defense or offense, doesn't mean that you're going to have the leadership skills to be able to be a head coach also. And, I think that it's unfortunate they had to lose 7 straight for them to fire him, but they probably should have fired him a couple of years ago, if we're really being honest. I know most Saints fans will tell you that as well. Handoff, Jacobs. He's got good vision. Oh, big stiff arm. Wow. Oh, my. Was that the Honey Badger? Was that Tyrann Mathieu getting pushed around? Oh, my. Oh, Honey Badger. He sent him back to his home. Oh, my. What a stiff arm by Jacobs. But I hope you guys find the quarterback of the future, because it definitely isn't Carr or Rattler. You know that. Hopefully AK-41 and Olave can stay healthy, and hopefully you can gain some more pieces on the O-line and defense especially. Lattimore has gone to the Commandos. Cam Jordan is getting older. DeMario Davis, you're running out of time. Handoff down to about the 6-inch yard line on 1st and goal, and I imagine you'll get Jacobs with a touchdown here to try to help Double E's cause in the fantasy championship. But again, he's going to need 4 or 5 touchdowns today to get to that number. And, he might be able to get 2 or 3 tonight, but 4 or 5 tutties and like 200 yards, I don't know if you're going to get that. 2nd down and goal. And they're down to the half-yard line. Shotgun set. Man in motion. Ooh, a little trickery there, but the Saints sniffed it out. That's Green Bay getting a little bit too cute right there, right? LaFleur getting a little too cute. Just pound the rock, do a halfback dive right up the middle, or a counter with Jacobs. You tried to get too cute and too cute sexy with it, and then you ended up getting sniffed out by DeMario Davis and company. Galen Saunders, I see you. 3rd and goal. Shotgun set. They don't go to Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Oh, my. Wide open. Broken coverage by the Saints. Dontavian Wicks with the tutty. 6-0 Packers. Saints got fooled on that play right there. Blown coverage. And again, there's contact there. Player goes down. He just steps right in front of Jordan Love's vision, and that's all she wrote. Extra point is up and good. 7-0 Packers. Nice tutty there by Dontavian Wicks. 7-0 Green Bay. Yeah, they said on the broadcast that if it's within 1 yard, that, regardless if it's the offensive player or defensive player, contact is allowed within the, that 1 yard. So obviously once you get 5 yards down the field, if you're still grabbing, then they can call it. But if you're within like a yard or two right at the line of scrimmage, no offensive PI. I'm going to scroll through these photos one more time for Megan. And then I'm going to delete these and then make some more room for some more photos. Anything else that you want to be able to see, you let me know. Appreciate you. We're at 2:05 on the dono train, 95 to go to hit 3. And anything else that you want to be able to see, Megan, on the dono train, photo train, let me know. For Jacob's early birthday as well. Tomorrow, little George Pickens. I remember that play. A little bit immature of a receiver, but hopefully he'll mature as the years go on. But the athletic ability 100% is there. And TJ Watt, what can you say? Almost every single year, he's going to be in consideration of Defensive Player of the Year. He is phenomenal. And hard to argue that someone's better than him. I mean, you look at the stats and you look at a lot of the people year in and year out, and sometimes people are going to have bigger numbers, than that, TJ Watt, but hopefully he can stand healthy every single year from here on out. Day in the building, what's good? They got a LeBron James flot by the Saints player there they're mentioning. Dontavian Wicks with the short 2-yard touchdown, 7-0 Packers. All right, Saints, your turn, and hopefully we can get some kind of offense from them here tonight. AK-41, a late scratch. Obviously, no Chris Olave, no Carr. You got Spencer Rattler back there. Offensive line has been decimated, but they're starting to get some of those pieces back. But now, defense, missing some pieces. Key, individuals not playing. Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Taysom Hill, MVS, AK-41, Derek Carr. That's pretty much their whole offense. Yeah. I mean, we'll see what the score ends up being, but I just want to be able to see some fight out of the Saints. I mean, I think we all know that they're going to lose this game, but again, if they can just fight, maybe they can get to like 14-17 before the game ends. Rattler, there we go. I mean, if you get a lot of running with Spencer Rattler, that might be able to even it out by not having AK-41. I mean, you're going to have to find ways to be able to move the chains. And if that means that Rattler's got to run for like 80 yards tonight and maybe get in the end zone once through his legs, that's what they might have to do. We know how that goes, man. It's very easy to rock the gear when the team is winning. But just like me last night losing to the Cowboys, a lot of fans would just be like so pissed that they wouldn't even be able to rock the gear. But again, regardless if you win, you lose, or you tie, you still rep your team no matter what. So, but for some people, it's a little bit easier after a loss than others. For some people, maybe like even including my younger self, after a loss when I was younger, I definitely, got a little heated, and sometimes it would last a day. Sometimes it would last a couple days. Hell, sometimes it would last until the next game. But luckily, I think I've matured and not let that anger take over, the rest of my life. Foster Moreau, LSU. There we go. First down, Saints. Move the chains. I like that play by Foster and Spencer Rattler. There we go. And again, a lot of people thinking that they might have 3 and outs here, but for Amber and Zay, hopefully for your guys' Saints, they can compete. And like I said, no one really thought Dallas was going to beat Tampa. But again, you got to be able to get to Jordan Love, right? You got to be able to make him uncomfortable. Obviously, I wasn't, able to get to Cooper Rush. And again, offensive line play and your secondary is going to be very, very key, as well as the run defense here tonight. Good defense there by the Packers. Miller, no gain. But there'll be a lot of questions, going into the offseason, upgrading Rizzi, getting a better head coach, better quarterback. Rattler and Carr aren't it. They need better. And then AK-41, MVS, Olave, Taysom Hill. I mean, there's still some key spots that are there. Short gain up the gut. But again, offensive line needs to be improved. Defense really needs to be improved. And normally the Saints have a pretty stingy defense, but it's kind of a transitional period where one of the OGs in Lattimore is no longer there. So again, Demario Davis and Cam Jordan aren't getting any younger. There's going to have to be some additional pieces added on if they want to keep up with like the Bucs and the Falcons in the NFC South moving forward. Yeah, I think that's one positive note, to be able to just kind of, watch Rattler and see, how he looks. Throw over his head. But again, you don't got Olave out there to help Rattler out with his stat line. You don't got MBS for the deep threat. You don't got Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife that can play a little bit of everything, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, pretty much anything that you want, right? So when you have all of these pieces and Rashid Shaheed on top of that as well, who was maybe their best receiver besides Olave this year before he got hurt, a great deep threat. Hopefully you guys can get a little bit healthier next year. And again, a lot of NFC South fans love their team and are like, fuck everybody else in the division. But I want to see the Saints, Falcons, and Panthers do well. I want the NFC South to be respected, not be an embarrassing conference. And sometimes we're going to have injuries. I'll start there on 4th down and 7, I believe. Or maybe the clock expired. I think the clock hit 0, and I'm not sure if there was a false start on top of that, but they'll let us know here. False start, offense. 4th down and 12 now from 4th and 7. Now you got to punt. So I feel like even if Rattler stinks it up today, it's not really a true evaluation if you don't have any of your starters normally playing with him to help him out. Taysom, AK-41, Rashid Shaheed, Olave, MVS. I mean, that's all your whole goddamn team. And even if you had everyone healthy, there's no guarantee that you're still going to be able to get over 20 points, but it definitely gives you a hell of a lot better chance to be able to put up some points on the board and have some wild plays. Saints with the punt, but at least it wasn't a 3 and out. Flag on the play. Holding on the receiving team there on the Packers. All right, and then today's bowl games, we had UTSA winning 44-15 over Coastal Carolina in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Northern Illinois in double overtime winning 28-20 over Fresno State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. And then again, we got the stream today. We're going to end up doing tomorrow, we're going to do the Hawaii Bowl. It's going to be at 5 o'clock Pacific, so same time. South Florida versus San Jose State. We're going to do that. No stream on Christmas. No stream on the day after Christmas, since I'll be at the Blazer game on the floor seats. And then we'll be back on Friday, and we're going to end up doing Syracuse versus Washington State, 9-3 versus 8-4 in the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. And then on Saturday, we're going to end up doing BYU and Colorado to watch Shedeur Sanders and especially Travis Hunter. But I also will be covering, I'm not going to do the stream, but I'm also going to be watching, I should say, Iowa State and Miami, so I can watch Cam Ward and Damian Martinez from the Cougs and the Beavers that transferred to the U. So I definitely will be watching Iowa State and Miami at 12:30 on that particular day. And then as we go into, Monday Night Football, which I believe will be the Niners and the Lions, I believe, and we'll do that. Then Tuesday, on my dad's birthday, a day before the new year on December 31st, you got Bama and Michigan, Louisville and the Huskies, Washington. You got South Carolina and Illinois, Baylor, LSU. But the game that I'm going to do on the day before the new year will be one of the actually quarterfinal games, and that's going to be number 6 Penn State versus number 3 Boise State. Penn State will win, but it should still be a good one, and that one will be at 4:30 Pacific. And then as we go into the new year, Texas and Arizona State will be on at 10 a.m., but I will be doing, obviously, the big one, number 8 Ohio State versus number 1 Oregon at 2 p.m. Pacific time on New Year's Day. And then after that game is over, we got Notre Dame and Georgia. So obviously, if I had enough time to do both, I would consider it, but I'm probably just going to end up watching Notre Dame and Georgia, but we'll end up doing Ohio State, Oregon at the beginning of the year. So it is definitely going to be a jam-packed, probably 2 weeks where I don't really know after Christmas and the day after Christmas. We're probably not going to have a day off for a while, but I'm okay with that. 7-0 Packers, Love in his end zone, bootleg, looking, throwing into the turf to Josh Jacobs, incomplete. Sarah in the building, what's good? Second down and 10 on the Green Bay 4. But I like being able to stay busy, and the longer that we can hold off, on the NBA and the college hoops before March Madness and NHL, before it starts getting a little bit maybe better, I want to make sure that we're taking care of as much of football as we can. And then obviously we have Monday Night Raw going to Netflix as well. So that'll give us another opportunity to do something different. Instead of just doing one pay-per-view or PLE a month for WWE, we might be able to sprinkle in some Monday Night Raw live stream watch parties as well. Excited about that. And we definitely are going to do that. How many Monday Night Raws are we going to do? We'll probably have to wait till Monday Night Football is over, which is getting pretty much to a close, and then we'll see what other events are going on. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. Wrestling has been very good as of late. 3rd down and 6 on the Green Bay 8. Shotgun set. I'll start on Green Bay. Double E in the building. What's good? You would love that. All you need is 200 yards and 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns. I mean, we remember Alvin Kamara on Christmas ended up having 6 touchdowns and ended up winning a lot of fantasy championships back in that day. But yeah, but even if Jacobs gets 20 to 30, or 15 to 20, you did a big thing. Getting second place. The big steppers are for real, and obviously me and Reflect will bless you on this holiday season. And we love you. We appreciate you. And make sure you put that to good use. Get something special, for yourself or someone else. Kraft coming in there with the sneak. Wow. LaFleur really getting cute there with some of these plays. Having the tight end jump under center when Love is in shotgun set, and then trying to run a quick snap. Wow. First down, Packers. But we love you, my guy. We appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're here. And congratulations on a fantastic fantasy season. I mean, again, anyone can beat anyone on any given day. But again, I kind of felt like, based off rosters, and I think everyone would agree, Zini and Reflect's teams were the best. But sometimes when you end up getting to the playoffs, weird things happen. And, you advance with Lamar, and I salute you. First down and 10. Love, little check down to Josh Jacobs, which they use him like a workhorse. If you really think about it, they use Josh Jacobs maybe more than any other team with their running back in the NFL. I mean, he's involved in, halfback dives. He's involved in halfback counters, and he's definitely involved in the passing game as well. And again, they have a lot of options at tight end and wide receiver, but Josh Jacobs has definitely been the bell cow for them, and that's a big part of why they're 10-4, 5-2 at home, the Green Bay Packers. Love you too, my G. And it's not like I have a whole lot of money myself, but I thought, if anyone could use a little extra pick-me-up, it's definitely you. And, it's not, I don't really get a chance to buy anything for myself. It's pretty much just bills and taking care of Paisley, but it's my pleasure to be able to, give you something a little extra there, to help you celebrate the holidays this year. Second down and 7. 7-0 Packers. Oh, you are? Awesome. Do you have an idea on what you're planning on possibly using some of it for, or all of it for? Second down and 7. Play action fake. Love. Tipped. Incomplete. Good coverage there by the Saints, by Taylor. That's a clean play. I mean, you can't be bitching and moaning on every single fucking play. Now, unless the guy is draped all over him, right, and is hugging him and grabbing him. That's good defense by the Saints. Third down and 7. Love, wide open. First down, Packers. Move the chains. Romeo Dobbs. Oh, okay. Well, even if it ends up being used, maybe on a celebratory meal, after you guys are all done, moved in with, pizza or whatever, whatever you decide to be able to use it on, I know it's going to definitely help you. So I wish I lived closer to you. I would help you out, but obviously being quite a few states away, and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do help moving wise, but hopefully that's a smooth transition for you and your family. Shotgun set. Love. Pump fake. He's got all the time in the world back there and decides just to throw it into the turf. Incomplete. Smart decision by Jordan Love. In his rookie season, he might try to throw that into double coverage, and it could have turned into an interception. So good intelligence there by Jordan Love. Just throwing it away, dead play, forget about it, move on, go to the next play. Yeah, well, the way that the donos work is that once a dono is received, I don't even see it until the next month. And then after, the next month, Google and YouTube will take their cut out of it also, which is usually pretty high, like 35%, 40%. So I will be able to, sprinkle something from yours to him, but it'll have to wait till next month. Nice run there by Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I got you. No worries. We got a good community here, and again, it's, I'm never going to be doing this to, be rich. If it just so happens that we have enough supporters for me to be a little bit more well off, that obviously is the goal. But, just to be able to continue the dream, take care of the bills, take care of Paisley and the family, that's really what it comes down to. And then if I can end up helping out people, and maybe in a tough spot, obviously, even if that means being broke myself, I'm willing to do that. So third down and 2, 7-0 Green Bay. Yeah. No, I totally understand. Being closer to your dad will be good too. And I know that you got a pretty good set of friends in your friend group, that will, try to be as supportive as possible. And I know some friends are going to be a little bit busier than others, especially, girlfriend wise or job wise. But hopefully, with all that being said, people like Mick and a few others will be able to take some time out of their day to be able to be there for you. So. And if you ever need anything, you can always message me, at any time, and I got you. Seven 0 Green Bay. Jordan Love to Dontavian Wicks with a 2-yard tutty early on, and that's where we're sitting right now. And I think one thing that we've really tried to understand and realize, people that are a part of the YouTube, community, we understand each other. Outsiders that don't go on YouTube or don't associate themselves a part of like a particular channel, they don't really understand. To them, everything is all kind of like this fairy tale type of thing. You see, people doing the OnlyFans thing. You see people doing Twitch and streaming. You see people doing YouTube. But for people that aren't really in the community, they don't really get it. And again, the bonds that you can build, on a channel, sometimes are going to be stronger than the people that you have that are face to face in your real life in your hometown city and state. And I really do appreciate, every single one of y'all, the regulars, people that come and go, the people that, come through when they can. It's just being able to have the right type of people supporting each other and helping each other out. Things have been pretty crazy since COVID, and more than ever, friends and family are definitely important. And I'm very thankful that I got great people a part of this room and a part of this channel like you guys. Shout out to you. Happy early Christmas. Happy early New Year and happy holidays. I love you guys and I appreciate y'all. 3rd down and 2 for the Packers. They're on the Nile and 46. Audible at the line. Hand off to Jacobs. Oh, it was Wilson that they brought in. Well, no wonder they didn't get the first down. Fourth down and 1. Why are you handing it off to Wilson when you have Jacobs? I mean, get the first down, then get him a breather. 4th down and 1. Audible at the line. And obviously, if they can get them to jump off sides, that's the goal. End of the first quarter as they tried to get the Saints to jump there before to get an automatic first down. Cam Jordan with already one of those in the first quarter. And that is it. End of the first quarter, 7-0 Packers. At least it's not 21-0, Saints fans, okay? Elliott, Amber, Zay, all of y'all rep the Saints. And again, I know it's been a rough year, starting off with 2 wins, 91 points combined, 7 straight losses. You fired your coach. You got Rizzy. Everyone got hurt on the offense. Carr and Kamara and MVS and Olave and Rashid Shaheed and Taysom Hill. Like, who's fucking left, all right? But again, I know that you guys will eventually make the right moves, and it will be a 3 team race. Panthers still got a ways to go, but hopefully it ends up being better for the Saints, Falcons, and Bucks next year, or we can battle it out. And hopefully one day we can all have a similar record to what the Lions, Vikings, and Packers have this year. And obviously that might take a few years for all 3 of us to get up there. And the Panthers, they're slowly but surely kind of figuring it out. Obviously they're not just rolling over and dying, and giving the Cardinals a loss. That was pretty big. And Bryce Young, had the starting position. Then he got benched for Dalton. And it kind of looked like maybe, Bryce Young was going to turn into like Trey Lance, where he's just going to disappear and we're never going to hear from him again. And he'll be labeled a big bust, right? But then he got a chance after they benched Dalton to get back in there. And he's starting to do better. Now, obviously, coaching needs to be better. Canales needs to be better. The staff needs to be better. They need more weapons on the O-line as well as skill position players, even though Chuba Hubbard played pretty good. Defense needs a hell of a lot of work. But again, I've started to see some improvement in the Panthers, and I know their fan base is happy about that. They know that they're little brother. They know they're going to be looking up at the Saints, Falcons, and Bucks for a long time. But at some point, if they can get the right combination of players and coaches, it's possible that they could end up being 10-7 in the next 5 years and, maybe making a wild card at one point or another. But that's the thing. Are they going to end up doing it and surprising everyone and doing it like next year? Or is it going to be maybe closer to 3, 4, 5 years? And also for the Panthers to be able to jump up like that, you would probably have to have massive injuries like the Saints have this year to be able to leapfrog them. Same thing goes with the Falcons and the Bucks. They probably would have to have a lot of guys injured. And then, by default, we move up the pecking order and the ladder. So there you go. He's got 10. 10 every quarter, baby. Thinking positive. Fourth down and 1, QB sneak. First down, Packers. And I've never really been, like necessarily like a Packer supporter. Like if I was going to be rooting for someone in the North, it would be more the Lions, regardless of when they were really, really good now, or even back then when they had Barry Sanders and Herman Moore and, Megatron. Like I always, kind of lean towards that team if I had to choose one that I like out of this particular division. But what I can say is the Packers, Vikings, and Lions, they're all legit. And again, they all have great players on the roster, and Jordan Love has definitely gotten better and better. Just like the Steelers with their success with coaches, only having 3 in like the last 50 years, the Packers are always going to have athletes at running back, wide receiver, and tight end, and they don't miss at quarterback, right? Bart Starr, right? Ended up having Don Majkowski, right? Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now Jordan Love. Not many organizations are going to be able to be that blessed with great quarterbacks, for long periods of time. Like a lot of us dream about having a quarterback for 10 years or longer, and the Packers, they just seem to do it no matter what. They have a good evaluation team there, and I know some people were a little worried about Jordan Love. Could he be good enough? But with all these skill position players, offensive line usually being pretty decent, defense usually being pretty decent, and with LaFleur and Gutekunst, he's done a pretty damn good job, especially in the last 2 years. Finishing the year 6-2 and getting hot in November and December last year, and obviously getting hot at the right time this year as well. It just so happens that the Vikings and Lions have a better record. Otherwise, there would be more pub and love for Love in Green Bay. Third down and 7, pass incomplete. Double E's, I get my man's the ball. But one thing I think that I can also admit to, this team is funner to watch with Jacobs on it. Like when they had Aaron Jones, it's not like I don't like Aaron Jones, but it's just, just being that player that was there, with Rodgers and everyone else, and then Love, I don't know. I just think, Jacobs is a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more likable. Obviously being a new addition to the team, not being a part of the regime with Rodgers, maybe has something to do with it also. It's been the biggest addition, and Green Bay makes these big additions normally when they're going for a title or a deep run, right? Like when they ended up having Reggie White that they got from the Eagles, then they ended up winning the Super Bowl, right? Then they got Charles Woodson. It's like you're always trying to be able to get key guys to be able to make yourself better, and it just so happens for Green Bay, nice catch there by Tucker Kraft, move the chains, but they get guys that are typically Hall of Fame players, right? Reggie White, one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of all time, right? They didn't get Reggie White, they wouldn't have won the Super Bowl, right? Getting Charles Woodson, if they didn't get him, they wouldn't have won the Super Bowl, right? And then obviously now upgrading from Aaron Jones to Josh Jacobs, and another athlete here, Tucker Kraft. He's like, give me the ball, and Tucker Kraft, Kate Otten, for my Buccaneers, they might not be the most popular names, but since the tight end position was pretty slow to start off the year, guys like that could definitely surprise you. If you give them opportunities, enough opportunities, like a wide receiver, they can get in the end zone too. Jacobs, stiff arm. Oh, just short of the marker. They got to give it back to him for double E. I mean, you just can't have the football go down to the 1 or 2 every time, and Jacobs doesn't get rewarded with a tutty. I told y'all you should have started Kraft. That's why I can't tell you what to do, but I know it sucks when you get burnt. Touchdown, Jacobs. The thing is like when you get burnt the previous week, you hold a grudge. Everyone holds a grudge, and for some of us, we'll boot that player off our team and get someone similar, or we'll put him to the bench and we'll punish him. And it's hard to be able to trust someone that shit the bed that you really needed, and then you ended up maybe losing or not getting enough points. But it just so happens, like with the Debo thing that we were mentioning, Debo has sucked this year, right? And as soon as you get rid of him, we joked, he'll probably go off. He did, and that's what happens in fantasy. Like the sports gods are kind of cruel like that. Just when you give up on a player is when they finally turn it around. And extra point is up. And good. First touchdown probably should have went to Jacobs too, but again, when they get down to the 1 or the 2, it should be Jacobs every time, but sometimes you got to mix in a little Jordan Love, maybe a Tucker Kraft, a Romeo Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks. Jaden Reed. I mean, they got stacks on stacks on stacks. I might not be a Packer fan, but as far as offense is concerned, if you're a fan of offense, that's one of the funnest offenses to watch, even if they are the Green Bay Packers, which some people love, other people, hate. But, if you're just looking at the players themselves, not the Green Bay Packers, a very, very talented unit. And again, if the offensive line was terrible, then they wouldn't be as good. So obviously the offensive line and the defense are always going to be the wild card for that team, as well as special teams and kicker. But again, as far as offense is concerned, man, they can move the ball in many, many ways. Hard to defend a team like that. Yeah, I would have, no way in hell I would have started what's strange that you did. You have to, and even though sometimes Kraft won't get in the end zone, sometimes you just have to have like that gut feeling, that trust. And also, I already had too many of them. I mean, shit, when I had fucking Andrews, I picked up Njoku from Reflect, and I had Jonnu Smith. So I fucking hoarded 3 tight ends. If there was one that, that I maybe could have went to the wire, I'm not sure if you would have got him. But obviously using any of those 3 could have possibly helped you too. That's why it's important to be able to use the wire. So if you play fantasy in the future, if you hit the wire, I'm not saying you ought to be me, but if you hit the wire hard, 50 to 75, and you do that, and you end up being in the position that you're in, like right now, you're going to win it all. Again, you just need to be able to have that depth, and I think you realize that you can get by the regular season with not making a whole lot of moves, but you just never know when injuries are going to creep up. And if you don't have a lot of guys on the bench to replace those studs that you've been, kind of carrying you all year, you're going to lose because, there's going to be other teams that got guys on the bench that can put up 15 to 20, almost every spot. And then if you look on your bench and you only have like maybe 1 or 2 guys that could do that, it definitely puts yourself in a conundrum and a pickle. And, we all learn from our mistakes, and that's a big part of life. Nothing always goes to plan. And it's how you react to it and how you respond to it. And if you make adjustments. 13-2 Lions, 13-2 Vikings, 10-4 Packers. Exciting. Yeah, I think so too. I think that was the magic formula. Hank Dell, Kraft, and then Jacobs is going to get you 20 to 30 tonight. Amber's like, as a Saints fan, if it's another 3 and out, might have to go turn on Polar Express. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. Elf, Home Alone. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Let's keep track of the likes on the channel as well. I don't know what we're at right now, but hopefully we're over 10, closer to 20. Looks like we are at, what are we at, 11? We need 9 more likes to get to 20. So if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Now we're at 12. 8 more to go, and then we can hit the algorithm. And we're at 205, 205, 95 to go to hit 300. Let's go. Halfback toss. Miller. And Miller ain't cutting it. Edger and Cooper with the tackle. Coop as they chant. I mean, a Christmas Story, is always good. Like, there's only going to be a few that are like a part of who I am, but like A Christmas Story, it never gets old to me. I can always watch that, no matter what. Even though it's like taking place way before a lot of us were born. It was maybe more into our parents or our grandparents' era back then. I'll start on the Saints, damn it. No, but they have a lot of different, good Christmas type movies. All right, no worries, Megan. Like sometimes, I haven't done it in a minute, but I used to do like the trio where I would do Friday, right? And then next Friday, and then obviously it's like summertime, and then Friday after next, the third one is a Santa one, like a December one. Because obviously the first 2 are made in like spring, summertime. The original Friday and Friday after next with Day, right? But then obviously Friday after next, the third one, it's like during, the cold months, like during Christmas. And that always kind of gives me Christmas vibes. Shotgun set. Rattler, little bootleg, looking downfield, pump fake, and nothing there, out of bounds. You know what's an underrated Christmas movie that I really, really love, and it really shows the bonds of like the friendship and whatnot. But it's the movie The Night Before with Seth Rogen in it. That one is very good to me. It kind of gives you a little bit of everything in that particular movie, but I like that one a lot. Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, love him. Anthony Mackie, love him. It's like those three guys together as best friends. It's such a good one. Like, I feel like if you're looking for a switch up, or if you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. Came out in 2015, but every time I watch it, it seems like it always gets better and better and better. Of the antics that go on. It's kind of like a Superbad, but like, obviously people are older and the antics are a little bit different with the Christmas party and the best friends and, obviously people, getting older and, doing their own thing, but then trying to come back together as best friends as they were when they were younger. And then just understanding how, people have changed, but also that you can kind of rekindle that bond and that love and that friendship if you ended up having that bond earlier in your life. But that, to me, is the most underrated Christmas movie that I love. I just feel that it's like Superbad. Superbad's my favorite movie. It never gets old. It's such a well-done movie. And again, there's a lot of other movies that I love out there, but if you haven't checked that one out, highly recommend. You'll love it. And when you watch it, you'll be like, oh, wow. Oh, this was a good one. It's very good. And it's not too long either. It's only like an hour and like 30, hour 40. Like hour, I think, what is it? An hour and 41 minutes. So it's not going to take up too much of your time. And it's jam-packed with action and everything else. So Amber with a $5. Appreciate you. Nolan Saints in the building. Amber with a donut. Thank you so much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. What do you want for photos? Doesn't even have to be Saints related. I love you. I appreciate you. You're one of the OGs. Again, I have a lot of Saints and Eagle fans from when I first started the channel in 2017 that still fuck with me to this day and still rock with me, and I appreciate you. But it can be whatever, whatever you want. It could be your favorite rapper. It could be, favorite band. It could be your favorite team, favorite player, whatever you're thinking. But if you got something that favorite Christmas movie, favorite actor or actress, whatever, but you let me know and I got you. All right, let me see what I got here. Got you. Oh, League of Legends. Man in Motion. Love. Little end around. Christian Watson. Good block. Wow. Almost a first down there. Shotgun set on second down and 1. Love. Plenty of time. Crossing route in the middle of the field. Tucker Kraft. First down, Packers. And not only is Kraft going to have a lot of yards in this game, I think he will score a touchdown in this game. There's a high probability. Man, I wish I had extra money to have a next-gen system for Xbox and PlayStation. I wish I had some more time to be able to get on some anime. Like I used to watch it all the time, and I'm an OG like Ghost in the Shell and Ninja Scroll. Like, I'm a fucking OG. Like, I was fucking watching that shit before it was cool. Like, way back in the day, the Ninja Scroll, got it on fucking VHS and DVD. Ghost in the Shell, like the old school stuff. And obviously as the years have gone on, things have gotten pretty crazy. Animation wise and whatnot. So. Akira, yeah, that as well. That's another OG one. I got that one too. Ninja Scroll was always my personal favorite out of all the ones that were out back in the day. That was the one that I thought was just like, oh my God, this is done so well. Like the animation was just incredible. 2nd down and 2. Yeah, Akira is a good one too. And they'll end around there. Christian Watson, 1st down, Packers. And they're definitely trying to hit you with the trickery. Uh-oh, Watson is injured. Uh-oh. I wonder if that's a hammy. That looked like a hamstring, possibly. All right, we got an injury here to Christian Watson, so let me try to get a couple photos here. And again, it's nice for people to be able to bring up something a little different because not everyone is into anime. Not everyone plays video games and whatnot, but it's kind of cool whenever, we get someone that will be able to suggest something like this. (14-0) Packers. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. It's always nice when I can get like OG people. Like I appreciate everyone, whether you started watching me yesterday and following me and subbing and liking and sharing the posts or the show or the donos. But also it's cool to be able to see the people that have been here almost since day one. And some of those people have come and gone, but obviously there's still some that obviously still support and still support whenever they can, and I appreciate you. Oh, Panera, everything is good at Panera. You know that. Soups, good. Sandwiches, good. And all the extras, smoothies, all that's good. Little toss, read, speed, and they tackle him out. Good effort by the Saints there to not let him score. But they're about to punch it in here again. E is like, I need some points, baby. Handoff. That's not Josh Jacobs. Chris Brooks. What? Oh, double E. How dare they try to get someone else involved besides Josh Jacobs? Chris Brooks, really? And even the first touchdown to Jaden Reed should have went back to Josh Jacobs. as the bell cow. Like literally, Josh Jacobs could have 3 touchdowns right now, and then you actually would probably have a chance to get maybe 4 or 5 if they kept feeding him. But also with this coach, he's not a type of coach to give the running back 5 touchdowns. He would rather spread it out to Kraft, and Watson gets 1, Dobbs gets 1, Reed gets 1, Kraft gets 1, and then maybe Jacobs gets 2. But fantasy can be unfair. Brooks? Oh, come on. That should be 3 tutties for Jacobs. I mean, any other team that has a bell cow running back, they just Henry, but sometimes that other guy ends up getting the looks. So, yeah. But, a lot of times when the games end up not being the greatest in college football or the NFL, it gives us an opportunity to, watch the game, understand that, it's not going to change the outcome, and then we can kind of do whatever, photo-wise and, keep the vibe going. Spending time with each other a couple hours a day, good for the mental health. I spend a lot of time outside, with Paisley, by my side pretty much 21 out of the 24 hours of every day, unless she's in the room here with me. And this Chris Brooks touchdown, I can't believe they did this, but especially when Jacobs could have all 3 tutties. Yeah, I got you. We got 32 seconds into halftime, so I'll get those loaded now and prepped. What do you want for Kraken and Hawk? You got anything specific name-wise that you want to do? Current names on the Hawks? I don't know what we're going to have with Kakao and some of the other Montour if they have some new ones, but I can look there too. Tiptoeing in my Jordans, little riffraff there down the sideline. 6:22 left before half. I got you. Ten plays, touchdown. 17 plays, touchdown. 6 plays, touchdown. But remember, this Saints, team that you're watching right now has no Carr, right? No AK-41 Alvin Kamara, no Chris Olave, no Rashid Shaheed, no MVS, and if that wasn't, bad enough, no Taysom Hill. At least if you have Taysom Hill, he can take over the offense at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. He can make plays. And, obviously we'd rather have those other 5 or 6 guys with him, but it's an injury-depleted team, but Foster Moreau is one guy that will play like a Taysom Hill at tight end once in a while. Same thing with Juwan Jones. Go Ducks. Halfback toss. And then Williams. All right, 2nd down and 6 on the Green Bay 36. Come on, Saints. Let's get a touchdown. Fuck field goals, and I'll take a field goal. But, considering that everybody's fucking hurt, a touchdown to, Foster Moreau would be badass. Get Rattler, give him enough time to go through progressions, and if it's a one-on-one throw, Moreau with a linebacker chasing him or a safety over the top, he still could get the ball. So, you have to look at, the pecking order and the depth chart, who's left that can actually make a fucking play. Juwan Johnson, one side end, right? One tight end from the Ducks. Go Oregon. And then obviously you got Foster Moreau, and, Foster Moreau can definitely do it too. I was about to ask you the same damn thing. None of the running backs that they have on the roster are on the AK-41 level. You got to be able to jump all those and figure it out, either in the draft or free agency. But you need to have more running backs like AK-41s, so that way if he does get hurt or he has to miss a game, that you have someone in there that can put up something, somewhat similar. It's hard to have two good running backs, but once you do, it changes everything. Gibbs and Montgomery for the Lions, Rashad White and Bucky Irving for my Bucks. It's like a dream. 3rd down and 10. Shotgun set. And why are they going with the conservative run? Oh, my God, he got it, though. 1st down, Saints. Miller with the 1st down and hard run. And I'm about to say, what the fuck are they doing? Right? I figured that could get you maybe 7 or 8 at the most, but just that little oomph at the end, and then putting his head down, got those last 3 yards that they needed after he got contact at the 5 as well as at the 8, and then leaning forward, getting the 1st down. 1st down, Saints. Okay. All right, boom. Big Saint logo is coming up. The Big Saint logo is coming up. Oh, shit. Rattler. Offensive line not doing any help there. No gain. Yeah, but obviously starting off 2-0 and then losing 7 straight, they already knew, their fan base knew the season was over. You know, if the Saints were still winning games, I would pay the extra money for YouTube Premium and I would still be doing reaction videos. But, you know, the only fan base that I think really appreciates my reaction videos is them. So, you know, the better that the Saints do, the longer I'll do my reaction videos. Uh-oh, fumble! Shit! Oh, God. Oh, God. Rattler, what was he doing there? What was he doing? Oh. I'm trying to help you out with the Saints big spinning logo, and I don't know what the hell he was thinking with that. Jesus. But I think one thing it does let you know is that he ain't it, right? For all those people, they're like, he should be starting over Carr at the beginning of the year, right? No, he ain't it. I mean, just because you were good in college doesn't mean you're going to pan out in the NFL. You know, hell, you can win a Heisman like Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston and still not pan out. Rattler ain't it. I don't even know if I would really necessarily, not to be a hater, but I don't even know if I would want Rattler as my backup. Like, you know, he's more like 3rd string emergency quarterback, fine. But I don't think I would want him as my backup. I would want someone better than him, you know, and hopefully he'll get better because obviously he's only a rookie. But based on decision-making and what I've seen, the only thing that I would want would be 3rd string for him or just not on my team. Go do your experiment somewhere else. So. I like to educate on this channel, you know, as well, you know, make sure that people understand, you know, you don't need to be biased. You can appreciate greatness, and you're always going to learn more here than any other channel if you just pay attention and listen. And it's always good to be able to go back and learn people and when they went to college, where did they go? Not a lot of people know that Jake Bobo went to Duke. And, you know, it's nice to be able to find a fire photo of Bobo before he became a Hawk. And obviously, most people remember just UCLA. Christian Watson back on the field. He's an athlete. Jacobs. 6'5", 215, Duke and UCLA for Bobo. Yeah, tough. I mean, like I said, there was an opportunity for him to score on every one of those because normally when you're at the 2 and you got a running back that's one of the top 5 this year, you go to him. You don't go to the fucking backup or throw the ball. You throw the ball from the 20 to the 20, but once it gets into the 5-yard line and in, you give it to the running back. If you don't got a running back, then maybe go with the quarterback or a fullback or tight end or a receiver if you throw it, but that definitely can be, all of Josh Jacobs on those numbers. That's tough, bro. Shotgun set, 3rd down and 4. Floater, incomplete. Trying to go on that deep route to Christian Watson again. 4th down and 4. STL in the building. What's good? All the Saints fans in the building. Even if the team is not healthy and they're not having a good year, the Saints fans are still going to support to the best of their ability. It's hard watching teams that aren't playing well. Trust me, I'm in the same boat. Yeah, the Buccaneers might be pretty good, but I fucking lost to the Cowboys last night. Embarrassing. Okay? No fucking defense whatsoever. Terrible. I'm a Blazer and Kraken fan also. Both of those teams are struggling. Really the only thing I got going is the Oregon Ducks. And then the hope that Seattle Mariners one day will make a deep run from the ALDS to the ALCS to the World Series. But who in the hell knows when that will happen? I think it will, but I just don't know how many years I'm going to have to wait before Seattle ends up being, the best in the world for the Mariners in Major League Baseball. So, I feel your guys' pain. I might have one super team this year in the Oregon Ducks, but, there's no guarantee that they win it all. Maybe they win it all. Maybe Texas, maybe Georgia, maybe Notre Dame, maybe Ohio State, maybe Penn State. So I'm hoping that we win it all this year, but it definitely sucks when you have favorite teams and they, are not playing well. What I can find here. Baby Bobo. So Duke, UCLA, where he got Notre, and people noticed at that point. But Baby Bobo. Bobo is good enough to be like the 3rd option wide receiver, if some of the guys are injured. Like if you got DK out or Lockett out, we already know JSN has got the skill set at this point where if Metcalf at some point ends up not being a Hawk, that JSN could be a 1, even though he's not a big body receiver. But if you gave him enough targets, he could be the number 1 on the team. So starting off as the 3 and Lockett the 2, DK the 1. JSN, I think, is one of those guys that, it's just about getting reps and getting enough targets. But if Lockett goes down or DK goes down, or if he ends up going somewhere else, they need to obviously give other guys opportunities. And I think that if, let's say Lockett retires and then you need another receiver, you can definitely put Bobo in there and he could get you 500 to 800 yards and 5 touchdowns in a season or 4. It won't be like, oh my God, 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns or something that maybe one of the high-end guys could get, but it could still be a good stat line for a number 3 option. 21-0 Packers. Come on, Saints. Come on, Saints. Mims. They got to get some better fucking running backs. I mean, I like the Saints jerseys that they're wearing with the white and then the gold. The color rushes are the best of the Raiders and the Saints, but get the ball to Juwan Johnson. Get the ball to Foster Moreau. Heck yeah, STL, you've been working hard, my guy. Appreciate the support you've had to the channel, too. That helps a lot. 3rd down and 1. Nice athletic grab for the Saints. 1st down, Mullins. There's a flag on the play. Fuck. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Okay. Here we go. Automatic. 1st down. Move the chains. Come on, Saints. I'm not one of those Buck haters that, just will, say fuck the Saints and the Falcons and the Panthers. Man, I want those other teams to be good. Nobody wants to have like one of the weaker conferences in football or like the weakest. We want to make sure that, we can represent for the NFC South. Somebody's got to represent for the NFC South on YouTube. Happy holidays. Official review. Pass incomplete. 1st down. For real though, Joe Buck and Aikman, they're not Chris Collinsworth, thank God, right? But again, I could think of quite a few, other options, but again, even Burkhardt and Brady, Brady is he's forcing his voice too much. And obviously this is his 1st season doing it, but some people are just naturally, blessed on the mic, and others, they try, to be like the people that they watch, that they look up to. But if it's not natural, it comes off forced. Tipped. Oh! One receiver, almost Juwan Johnson. Oh, go Ducks. Get him the ball, damn it. But I feel like with Brady, I thought he was going to be better. And Romo is more relaxed. He's got the good predictions. And I feel like Brady, at one point, as he gets older, maybe he'll get a little bit better, but I don't think he'll ever be like the best on the mic or one of the best. He's going to have the knowledge, and he's obviously a great football player, but just me listening to him doing the broadcast, he's not very good. He's definitely worse than we were anticipating, I think. But I think he can get better, though. I mean, he is fucking Tom Brady, right? So, I mean, if you can excel at so many things, then obviously working on your tonality, your timing, and not bringing your voice to a high point when it's unnecessary. You don't need to get super excited for a 2-yard gain. You want to make sure that it's natural, not you're trying to get ratings and hoo-ha and rah-rah. Fans are not stupid. They know when to cheer for plays and what plays are oh my God, 75-yard pick, fuck, but you can't be doing that for a 7-yard gain, and hopefully he'll get better. But to me, Gus and Joel are by far the best, and they should be doing NFL games as well. I do like Herd Street a lot. So some guys, it's maybe one guy out of the two. But Jim Nantz and Romo are the best on the NFL side, and Gus and Joel are the best on the college side. But there's not enough of them, and then we have everyone else that's kind of average, above average, like Greg Olson, and a lot of guys that are below average or that are just fuck, we have nothing else to listen to. And that's why people on YouTube, get good results, because a lot of people on YouTube are better than the people on TV. 3rd down and 7. Shotgun set. Rattler, he's open. A fumble, but out of bounds. 1st down, Saints. And I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but I think I have a good pulse on what's hot, regardless if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Like, I feel that, like, with the amount of reading and film and interacting with people that are young and a little older than me, like, I know what's hot in the streets. I know what's good and I know what's not fucking good, and I don't listen to anyone else's opinion. Like, I think, like, a lot of these sports channels need to realize arguing back and forth, like First Take, that era of sports talk is over. Like, nobody watches ESPN. No one wants to see you argue that you think the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl or not. That isn't worth anybody's time. And once these networks start to realize that they're overpaying these idiots and paying them like $10 million a year, like Stephen A. Smith, where no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like, you would be better off paying people on YouTube to come on and doing like an ESPN3 and then having shows there, and you would actually get better ratings than you would with like a lot of these shows. No one cares about the debate, sport talk. That it's lame. Especially when you get people that are fake and they have their own agenda. The producers are telling them to say it that way. It's not even their real opinion. It's all like, fake TV. It's so lame, man. I'm sick and tired of that bullshit, but that's good for people like us on YouTube because then you can actually watch something that's good. And there's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube, not just this channel, that is good, informative, entertaining. You can have a good bond. You learn something. I mean, bring it back when ESPN was doing highlights, right? And they had Stuart Scott. That's when it was fucking elite. It'll never be that way again. Like, they have no touch of the pulse with the younger community, middle age, or the OGs that are older. Like, who are they catering to with that old sports talk with the yelling back and forth? Guys that are like 50 and up? Is that the demographic? Like, you're 50 to 90, and you might be retired, smoking a cigar, drinking some whiskey, and then I want to listen to Stephen A. Smith. Fucking shit. If that's your fucking demographic, no wonder ESPN is losing. Because those motherfuckers aren't listening to you. No pulse, man. But I don't know. For Joe and Troy, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they're not terrible, but they're not the best either. 12 noon, you know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Like, for me, Buck and Aikman are like a 7. Like, is there people that are better than them that are 8, 9s, and 10s? Fuck yeah. But they're not so bad where I feel it's like Chris Collinsworth and I'm like saying shut the fuck up to Buck and Aikman like 10 times in a game, which normally happens if you're listening to Collinsworth. Your ears are bleeding, your eyes are bleeding. He never says anything of any importance. It's just a lot of rambling, and the guy gets paid millions of dollars to ramble. No one cares. Not everyone's voice is blessed. Rizzy! Might be the only thing left on Good Morning Football that's worth a damn. It makes me mad too because I loved that original cast and that OG show. And when the old school Pat McAfee show was going, I mean, those were things I could listen to, for hours on end. Now, even those shows aren't what they used to be. Walt Kyle, he's a smart, intelligent guy. He went to Princeton. He played running back. He's got great intensity. He's genuine. He's very well-spoken. And when he wants to ramp up that energy that he had when he was at Princeton at running back and give you that energy for angry runs, it's not, he definitely does force some of that energy, but it's angry runs. It's supposed to be like, I'm trying to give you all of me, energy-wise and whatnot. So, and obviously you wouldn't want someone to do angry runs that half-asses it. Can you imagine if angry runs was done by fucking Peter, right? No, it wouldn't be the same, right? It wouldn't be a successful hit as it is now. You got to have the right personality, and Peter would be way too fake for it. So, but that is one good part. But it's not the same without Nate or Kay, specifically Nate. But all 4 of them, the OG cast, were great together. You'll never replicate that cast ever again. 3rd down and 22, 4 seconds before halftime. Rattler, scrambling, gambling, throwing it up, and incomplete. Half is over. All right, we'll get some photos up here for Megan, and if Jacob and Amber are still in the building and want something as well, I can do that. Yeah, but also this Saints team doesn't have 7 of their best players playing. So it's like if you got 7 players, quarterback, running back, wide receivers, tight ends, and not just one wide receiver, like 3 or 4 that are out, and a tight end that can play every position, there's a reason why they're at a 0. Like if they had all their players, they would not be at a 0. They probably would be sitting at a 3 to maybe a 14, somewhere in there. 14 would be best case scenario, but it could be as low as 3, but probably somewhere in between. Maybe 10 to 13 would be what they have. Hit you with the Charles Cross, hit you with the college. Calvin in the building, what's good? I got to delete some of these other photos, so give me a sec. What's good with you, Calvin? Hopefully you're having a good holiday, my guy. I mean, obviously, Saints, you already know what it is. So, I said, blow it up, figure it out. Helps when you got a stud like this, need a couple more. See, even the Saints fans will come through even when the year has been terrible, You guys still will, watch or, hope for the best, but understand what it is, but you guys still are loyal, I respect that. You don't, Calvin don't like the Mickey Loomis, huh? I gotta make some more room now. We're just doing photos now for the people that have donated. I'll get some Kraken photos here for Megan, and then we can go to the next individual, and I can get some photos there. Fastest 3 minutes. I love. Boom. Chris Berman. The cord. Montour. I do like Montour a lot. I just wish that we had a better goalie play. Grew has been bad this year. The cord has been pretty good, but and then we got Kako. So Kako, Montour, it's nice. And then Stevenson. So it's nice to be able to bring in some new names, and hopefully that will get the right combination. So. I love Chris Berman. I love his passion. It was awesome when it was him and Tom Jackson back in the day. They were awesome. Like, there's certain guys that are good combos together, like Madden and Summerall, Tom Jackson and Chris Berman. Like, sometimes you can pair two people together, but it doesn't mean it's going to be beautiful and it's going to work. You can definitely tell when things are forced. And when you force two people to be together and it's not a match, we can all see it. It's not like, oh my God, it's not like it's a surprise. Kako. Can I find at least one? Kako. Now we just need to get these guys to start scoring a fuckload of goals and dominating. There we go. Ooh, we got one. We got Montour, a little new one. Kako. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, all the Saint fans are in here. You guys are all on the same page for the most part. So, yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, things have not gone our way. So as long as we're getting new players, we just got to root for them to do well, and then eventually we'll get the right group together that it'll all work out. With drafting players, getting more free agents, and just getting. It'll probably honestly come down to we're going to have some of the original guys, but a lot of the guys that are on the team, may not be there in a few years. And then we might have to build a brand new Kraken team with plucking, certain players from certain teams and then trying to build that team as the new Seattle, even though a lot of the OG members might not be on that team anymore. But if we're, at that point better, that's what we want, right? So. $2 holla. Appreciate you. Stacks on stacks. How's your anime coming? Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, anime. How is it? Bang, bang. What do you want to do for a photo? You got someone in line that you want to do photo-wise? Calvin Griffin. What do you do? Calvin Griffin. Appreciate you. Yeah, and we're always going to have that love and appreciation for the players that are on the team right now because it's our favorite team. But sometimes the harsh reality is if certain players start playing bad, or other guys end up going to another team in a trade, as long as we're improving and getting better players in return, it's always going to hurt losing a guy. But if we get a guy in return that's just as good or better and it'll lead to more wins, sometimes that's just the sacrifice that you're going to have to make. And as a fan and as an organization, and you just want to move forward, but definitely are going to miss, a lot of the, OGs not being on the team in the next 5 years. But, if we end up getting to the playoffs, That'll be good one day rather than being in the bottom 3 in the division. I already got the Blazers as one of the worst teams in the NBA that I have to watch. Then, I want the Kraken to, I want us to compete. We don't got to be number 1 in the division, but being in like the top 4, 5 would be nice, Don't worry. Yeah. Taco got the kind of swag though, so I mean, it could be, sometimes you need to leave a place that is, toxic or you're not feeling it, and sometimes you need to have a rebirth in your career. And a lot of times when they go to a new team, it can jumpstart their career. Different surroundings, different people, maybe not as negative as a vibe, more positive, a brand new, fresh start. You move on, the organization, I move on. It's a win-win. All right, what are we doing for photos, Calvin? Yeah, where are we at on likes? Hopefully we're close to 20. Hopefully at least at 15 at this point, but who knows? What are we at? We are at 13. So if you are in the room and haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We need 6 more. Thank you. Now we're at 14. We need 6 more to get to 20. That's not much to ask for. I know what I'm going to put up for Calvin. I'll hit you with some Jalen Milroe. I know you like Bama. They would have been more competitive than what we saw with some of these teams. We're going to have 2 more blowouts, 2 good games and 2 more blowouts, and then it'll be really good the rest of the way. It's got to weed out the bad teams that made the playoff, which is the bottom 6, and then the top 6 are going to remain. So, and then it gets juicy because anybody could end up winning it all. Yeah. Swag. Hit you with the dark and then the color rush, undefeated. That one and the Raiders with the silver. Woo. Jamal Williams, he loves Pokemon. He loves anime. All right, third quarter, 21-0 Packers. Josh Jacobs could literally have 3 touchdowns right now if they would have given him the football and the 2-yard line and in 3 times in a row. But only 1 touchdown out of the 3 for Double E. Double E needs 40 points from Jacobs, and if he would have gotten 3 touchdowns, that probably would have been 24-30, somewhere in that range already. He would only need like 10 more, 11 more for the rest of the way. So even if he didn't score, any more touchdowns, but got yards, that might have been enough. 3 touchdowns and just yards. Yeah, I mean, it feels like we're like Michigan last year, that we're going to be able to run the table and go the whole way. But again, you got to go out there and play good 4 quarters. And, there's 6 teams that could win it all. Oregon, Texas, Georgia, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Penn State. Those are like out of the 12. Those are the ones that you can like name. But I feel like we have the best team. But again, hard path, Ohio State, then Texas, and then we have to play either Penn State, Georgia, or Notre Dame in the championship. So, we've already beaten a lot of these teams already this season, but, it's something that I hope that it gets done. I would love for Oregon to be the new powerhouse of college football. Eventually, if you're good enough, you're going to turn into the villain. But I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about it, my guy. Especially when we got the best coach in college football, in my opinion. Go Ducks. Rattler, little flip. Miller, spin move, goes immediately down. 3rd down and 2 on the Nolans 41. Oklahoma Navy. Yeah, I'll probably tune into to that one a little bit. I mean, I'm really hardcore into college football, so I try to watch, as insane as it sounds, I try to watch probably like 90% of the bowl games. There's going to be a couple, that will slip through my fingers where I'm just busy with Paisley or I'm doing something else. Like today's earlier bowl games, I didn't watch either one of those, but most of the bowl games I try to watch. I like to be able to watch tape and evaluate talent, so that way I can have good predictions on the channel for the NFL players. Rattler, low snap, pass into the turf, incomplete. 4th down. Why the hell are you throwing it on 4th down? Run the goddamn ball right up the gut. Now they need better quarterbacks, better running backs, besides obviously AK. Just need upgrades. Offensive line, head coach, better running back room, defense especially. No more Lattimore, Demario Davis, and Cam Jordan getting old. And even though they can still, I trust Demario more than Cam, but it's a whole different looking kind of Saints team that we're used to. Flag on the play. Rizzy. .212, 88 to go. So we're going to do the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow. I'm going to take Paisley to the groomer in the morning, get the nails trimmed and dremeled, and I'm going to wash her and whatnot, get her a Christmas cone or rope or something nice. But we'll do the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow. Then we have Christmas, and hope everyone has a good one with that. No stream on Christmas or the day after. And then we'll be back on that Friday with another college football game, the Holiday Bowl. And then we'll just continue to do college football or NFL games pretty much every day for a very long time. Should be fun. Happy holidays, 21-0 Packers. I got to look at scores real quick. Always around this time when we get about almost 2 hours in, I always want to take a look at the NBA and the NHL. Even though I know the NBA is some shit, I still like to keep up to see what the fuck is going on. Looks like the Blazers are down by 9 to the Mavs on the road. Not surprised. We look at Shaden Sharp and Klingon to see if they're doing anything. That Ayton with 14. Well, that's a problem. Sharp only has 9. And what does Klingon have? Fucking only 6 minutes. No points yet. Fuck. Okay. And let me look at the NHL real quick. Florida Panthers doing their thing still in the NHL. Devils as well. Winnipeg and Vegas doing their things. Okay. Hopefully one day Seattle can be like Vegas and some of the teams that are at the top. I'm hoping. 21-0 Packers. Josh Jacobs needs more points for Double E in our Fantasy League Championship. Yeah. So I'll kind of go through the schedule on what I'm thinking. So let me adjust everything here so I can get it correct. All right, so we have the stream here today, and then tomorrow we are doing the Hawaii Bowl, South Florida and San Jose State, the only game on. It's 5 o'clock. So, we don't really care so much about the teams. It's just, having something to do for the Hawaii Bowl. Then no stream on Christmas or the day after Christmas. And then on that Friday, there's bowl games on all day, but we'll do number 21 Syracuse versus Washington State in the Holiday Bowl at 5. I think that's a good time for everyone. And then on Saturday, I will watch Iowa State and Miami at 12:30, but we're going to stream BYU and Colorado to see Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. And then Monday Night Football is Niners and the Lions, as well as Iowa and Missouri, or Sarah and Cole. And then on that Tuesday, day before the new year, Alabama, Michigan at 9 a.m. I'll watch that. Louisville and the Washington Huskies at 11. I'll watch that. South Carolina and Illinois, Baylor, LSU, and the stream on the day before the new year will be at 4:30 Pacific, Penn State, Boise State in the quarterfinal. Fuck yeah. Then the next day, Texas, Arizona at 10 a.m. We'll do Ohio State, Oregon at 2 at January 1st. And then there's Notre Dame, Georgia after that. So I'm ready. And depending on how the Oregon game goes, if I had enough time to be able to do the Notre Dame, Georgia, I would love to do it, but I don't know if I'll have any energy to do it or the time. Melton, first down, Packers. So for like the next, 10, 11, 12 days, it's looking pretty fire. And it's going to continue to get better and better. And then we'll get the NFL playoffs, more college football. Like, this is going to be an amazing run from here until February. And then we'll have like a little bit of a slow period, but we'll have March for March Madness to hold us over. Wrestling and college basketball, March Madness, and then boom, baseball. And then obviously NASCAR will be around February, so I'll have that under my belt too. So as we go into the new year, WWE, NASCAR, MLB, but we still get a couple months of some football. Jacobs rumbling and a bumbling. Yeah, I'm super pumped for baseball too. Like I said, not everyone has that love for it, It's like basketball or NASCAR or NHL. It has to be something you have a connection to. But, man, I love it so much. Hell, if I didn't love it, there's no way in hell I would be doing like 155 out of the 162 games for the Mariners on the channel, or whatever it was, like 150 games out of 162, something like that. Yeah, I grinded. The only times we really missed the game is if it was on at like 9 or 10 a.m. Jacobs with the first down. First down, Packers for the Giants. And like I said, I don't feel like intimidated doing, other teams and other streams, because I'm watching and reading as much as I am on the MLB, keeping up just like the NFL and college football. So it's like, I like to be able to, get educated along the way too, and watch guys emerge out of nowhere, or they are on the cusp, like Scooball, and then seeing phenoms like Skeens. That shit is really fun to watch. Shotgun set, Love, hands off, runs over one. Brooks with the carry. Second down and 2 at the Nolans 46. Mario Davis, a.k.a. The Glue, love you. Yeah, now you're just going to be able to sleep in, spend time with Bandit, watch a shitload of college football, keep up with, wrestling and other things that maybe you had time for, maybe you didn't, but like you're going to be able to catch up on anything and everything. And then on top of that, anything on like Hulu or Netflix that you have been wanting to watch that you can get into. Dexter Original Sin is the hottest thing right now. First down, Packers. What a run by Brooks. He's running like Amon Green out there. I mean, I guess it really depends if you're a fan of Dexter like I am, but they did a great job with the casting of, what all of them would be looking like if they were, 20 years, maybe 15 years in the past of where they had the Dexter show at. Shotgun set, screen pass, passes low into the turf. That was like a missile. But the bowl games are pretty good. Even the ones that aren't like major ones, it's still like pretty exciting, matchups. And plus, we're going to learn some stuff along the way, as we go. But like Alabama, Michigan at 9 a.m., I'm going to wake up early for that. Those are two schools that lost their head coaches, and obviously they want to be able to win their bowl game and finish strong. I think that's a real intriguing, bowl game. Like Michigan could win that, even as an underdog, or Alabama and Milroe will come to play. So I'm really excited about that one. As far as like lower name bowl game, that one has the juice. Oh, trying to run over some players. Packers getting physical out there. And congratulations to Zini on the fantasy championship. First two-time winner in the league. And like I said, that's why I always make sure to have, 1 to 3 females in the league every year to prove, to not only the other females that are doing it, but also the men that, it doesn't matter. If you're good, you're good. If you know how to draft, if you know how to make the moves, and also you have to have a little bit of luck with it too, with not getting hurt with your star players that you draft and you pick up. Now McManus is coming out. Long field goal. $55-yarder as long as 51. Let's see where the hash is. It's like to the right a little bit, so he's going to have to kick this at a little bit of an angle. Field goal is up and good. Pristine. That could have went maybe 60. 24-0 Packers. Come on, Nollins. All right, now I got to put up Christmas lights for that vibe. We're in December. I'm always going to hit you with the best photos, HD 4K, improve the vibes. I like when people go all out, on their lights, because like everyone has their own thing, like either Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas. But as far as like the decorations, like when I'm outside with Paisley and it's late at night and, I see some of these houses that, went above and beyond, I really enjoy that. Paisley does too. We're not going to just stop in front of anyone's house, but there's a couple, that we'll definitely take a stop and just kind of soak it in, and just enjoy the different colors and the displays that people have. People got that passion for it. Reflecting the building, what's good. But I think for mental health, it's really good. Like if you end up getting outside and going for walks, I feel like water and being, near water is, number one. But then obviously if you're like at night, if you can end up, seeing some lights, and getting into that Christmas spirit, it definitely makes things a little bit better. You can't help but not smile. Makes you feel good. It's like if the Saints don't actually move the football, it might be just Christmas photos the rest of the way. I like the creativity. Educate them. Let them know. The Zany Machini. No problem. Like I said, and again, how you react and respond when things go well and when things go not your way. I think it says a lot, about the people that we have, in the room and just in general, and even including myself. I mean, especially when you're competitive, it gets frustrating, but it's always good to see other people win and have success. Decent slide there by Spencer Rattler. Hopefully they can get at least a touchdown and a field goal before the game ends. At some point, the Packers will take their foot off the gas. The backups will be in, so that way they don't have any extra injuries because they know they've won. And then maybe we can, get some points then. Unless they happen now. He said, Mario, and Luigi. 2nd down and 4. Oh, cold clocked by the Packers. Wow. And Igbade with the tackle. Yeah, I like being outside. When I grind on the channel, 3, 4, 5 hours, and then, depending on if I'm doing 1 stream or 2 streams or 3, like just being able to get outside, for 30 to 45 minutes, 3 different times in the day. I really do start to appreciate nature and being outside, and it helps with my mental health a lot. Being out there in the morning with Paisley, and then in the afternoon, and then at night when it's the best for me because no one's there. It's just me and Paisley, and hopefully we don't see any, individuals, no dogs, no people. Oh, baby, go. There we go. First down, Saints. And remember I was saying, I might come back to you to a hole, but you might need Rattler to run for like 80 to be able to get on the board. Like everyone, the running backs stink, so it's like you need something better, and so far tonight's best option at running a football has been Rattler. Yeah, Addison was on the waivers and Chase Brown, and that's what took her over the top, And she already had Devontae Smith, which is the mirror player of Addison, the number 2 that can be the number 1. Sometimes put up numbers like the number 1, like A.J. Brown and Jetta, but it's like good players to have. Also, a similar player would be Chris Godwin, where it might not be Mike Evans, but sometimes the Chris Godwin ends up being the top guy, and he was this year. And it's good to look for the Chris Godwins, Devontae Smiths, and the Addison, because they're all similar. They're all underrated and badass. Like if you think of wide receiver 2, that's exactly who you would want. Yeah, she did a good job. And she always drafts rookies, every single year. And it seems like every year when she does draft a rookie, they hit. She never has drafted like a rookie and it was like terrible. Like they're always doing something. Xavier Worthy also, too. Rattler, floater. Juwan Johnson, go Ducks. There we go. About time a Duck player makes a play for the Saints here. Here we go. Give him the fucking ball. Same thing with Foster Moreau. Go Ducks. Let's go. More, I mean, obviously the receivers, if they're a little bit, inconsistent, just keep going to those two tight ends. 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a Packers pack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Cheese curds. 7-yard loss. Yeah, luckily, just from my house, when I walk up the hill, I have a little forest area, that leads to like the elementary school that I went to way back in the day. And it's kind of like a nature forest walk. The trees are super thick and whatnot. And so it's like more of a forest area rather than just like a walking area. And it's a pretty cool little spot. It goes for quite a ways too. Second down and 17. Paisley loves it. Why are we going to Jordan Mims? Why is it not Foster Moreau or Juwan Johnson on every play or Rattler running? Understand who you have and what's going on, and then keep using those pieces. Hello. Yeah. I love being able to also just breathe the fresh air. Like just take a moment and just breathe in that fresh cold air. It's like jumping throw. Wow. There we go, Rattler. First down, Saints. That was a hell of a throw. But I sometimes just being able to get that fresh air in your nose and just breathe it in and breathe it out. I can't really put the experience to you, but it's like for a lot of people that have been usually inside, working inside jobs and not really appreciating nature and getting outside enough. Like when you end up getting outside more and then being able to have moments like that where it's cold, but it's like refreshing. It's awesome. Gives you a boost mentally. Intercepted. Oh my, he got a little bit too cute with it. He's like, I'm going to jump up and make throws. Like every throw is a Tebow throw. Come on, Rattler. This isn't college. The jump pass was sexy, but the next pass was not. Terrible throw. But the first one was sexy. Shawn Michaels. HBK. Heartbreak Kid. Sexy. Sexy boy. Right? But that one... I mean, I like the target. It was supposed to go to Foster Moreau, but you got to make sure that throw is good, my guy. He got a little too excited after that jump throw connected for like 20 plus. He's like, oh, I'm unstoppable now. I can do whatever I want. And then the next play pick, you're like, oh, fuck, maybe I can't. Also, your situation might be different living, in Australia too, but also living just in the United States for the people that are, here, compared to like what it's like in the Midwest or the East Coast or the South. As far as like being able to get out in nature, I don't think a lot of people really fully realize like how beautiful Oregon and Washington really are. Like when you hear Oregon, people want to bring up Portland and bums and Antifa and crime and, it's just terrible. Like every state is going to have a terrible area that you probably want to avoid, but that doesn't mean that that's all of what we are, in like Oregon or Washington. Like if you want to go to lakes or rivers, for hiking or biking or with dogs or with cats or with pets or whatever, like, we got it out here. There's a lot of people that visit from other places and they don't go back. Like I've met a lot of people from like Chicago, a lot of people from like the Midwest that lived there, and then they visited Oregon, and then they went back home, and then they told their friends or family, I'm moving to Oregon, and then they've lived here since. So, I guess it just depends on, what makes you happy. Reflect with an $8 dono. Happy holiday with a sweet emoji inside of the dono. Ooh, a snowflake and then a little snowman. I like it. Reflect. Hey, he's like, I can do it. Let's go. Appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. Cactus Jack. Bang, bang with the creativity. I like it. You're educating everyone as well. That's what we do here. You got to educate, You got people that are going to be younger like Elliot. And then you're also, going to have people around my age and then people older than me, like the ODs. They can all learn something from each other on this channel. That's what makes it great. Like so many different like types of personalities, but we all have certain things that bring us together, whether it be football, wrestling, Star Wars, collecting, whatever it may be. Mariners. Tipped. Oh, baby! How do they not get that interception? He finally gets it with his big mitt. How do you not come down with it? And then Taylor runs into him. You dummy. Oh, Taylor, you idiot. Got to let the big man catch that. Oh. That was going to be like the play of the fucking game. Handoff, bouncing it to the outside, looking like Almond Green. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Emmanuel Wilson, first down, Packers. Oh, baby. Look with the black helmet. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. I like it when they rumble and bumble. The big men like that are 300 plus that get the pick and they start rumbling, that's like the best. I mean, it's cool to see these like offensive linemen get touchdowns this season from like the Lions and a few other teams, but I think big men on the D line that have no business, having the football in their hands unless they get like a sack lunch and then they end up falling on a fumble. But like when they get a pick, man, that's some good fucking TV for you. 24-0 Packers. Come on, Saints. Oh, baby. Taylor. Gosh, why did you have to run into him? Like, let the big man have his fucking glory. We can have a thick six once in a while. Thick sixes are fun. Thick sixes are better. Second down and 3. Man in motion. Shotgun set. Glove, hands off. Bouncing it to the outside. First down, Packers. Wilson, move the train. It's like if you say, well, what do you think about California? And then people just think of like the highway and then at night and there's a bunch of lights. It's crowded as shit. Things are expensive. But West Coast, some will say it is the best coast, but I feel that every part of the United States has its benefits, whether it's culture or food or, whatever, is in that particular area. End of the third quarter, 24-0. Get announcers better than Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, please. Yeah. Have you started to put together any of your Lego sets? Takes patience and time for those. Oh, yeah. Especially when you see photos of people. Wild. It's like I feel sometimes like when you have places, like the Redwoods or places in Oregon and Washington or California, and then you're outside and you get to experience them. It's like spiritual, like it definitely makes you feel like, time slows down a little bit, and you can really soak it in and appreciate what you're surrounded around. And I try to do that every day that I'm alive, spend that time with Paisley and understand that every day I'm alive, that's like 7 days for her. So make sure that we're making the most of every single day that we have together. All right, fourth quarter, baby. 24-0 Packers, halfback toss. Looking like Amon Green back there. Wilson again. Gain of 3. That's sweet. I was going to say I've never been, but I've had people that I've known that have gone and got like the photos, like the selfies and whatnot, like looking like a little, toothpick compared to the actual size of the tree. And some of those have been there, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Second down and 8 on the Nolans 48-49. Love, pump fake, pump fake, pump fake. Check down, batted, down. Incomplete. Third down and 8. Some of y'all would just fall in love with the camping locations here. If that's something that you enjoy or like or think that you would like. But like waking up right next to a lake, on a campground, and everything is safe. There's no having to worry about anything crazy happening. Like it can be a nice kind of like refreshing restart. The views are, I always try to take pictures whenever I go to those things to share with you guys and whatnot, so that way you guys can kind of see where I'm at and what's going on. Fourth down. Offense stays out there, huh? Roses, cherry blossoms. Fourth down and 5. Delay a game. Delay a game on the Packers. Punt, punt, punt. Hopefully we can get the Saints on the board. All right, come on, Saints. What do I need to do? All right, we're going to put the Saints logo up in the corner. It's super large and in charge. Twice the size of the normal. We need something. I was hoping 17 at the very best case scenario. That's not going to happen. But, what about 10? At this point, who knows? Even 3 or 7 may not be possible. But, we want to be at least kind of hopeful 10, touchdown and a field goal. But if that's going to happen, you got to score on this drive. So what's been effective for the Saints in this game that's been so lopsided? Rattler running the ball, and making sure that the offensive line doesn't hold, obviously, to bring it back, and going to Foster Moreau and Juwan Johnson. Nobody else. Fuck everybody else. Stop going to all the other fucking running backs and wide receivers they can't catch. Just go to the ones that you fucking trust. Rattler's legs, Foster Moreau, first option, Juwan Johnson, second option. Done. Shit, put me in, coach. Fuck, I can coach this team better than these guys. Make me a coach. Fucking A. Put me on the goddamn payroll. I'll get some fucking wins. I'll help you guys strategize and put the best options forward. Sometimes you just got to fucking pay attention. Like, it's not that, surprising. It's just like maybe someone needs to say it. But, like, for some of these guys that continue to just do these bonehead, like, let me run it up the gut 10 times. Like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? You're going to run it up the gut for 1 yard 9 times, and the 10th time is going to be an 80-yard touchdown? Like, be realistic. Fourth down and 25. Head coach. I feel like calling plays, would be something I would be good at, and then, getting people, to understand that, if you're genuine, you're going to get genuine effort in return, and people will run, through a wall for you. Shit, Michael's like, man, fuck yeah, you probably could call some better plays. I mean, you know what I'm saying though? But like, if we can get, people that are, super fans of the NFL, and I try to be an expert for every team, but it's like a lot of people are noticing the same thing that I'm noticing, but it's like for the coaches on the sideline, I know you have this kind of like, regimen where you have these certain plays and you feel obligated to, continue to use these ones that you spent all this time watching the film and writing out and drawing the play. But at the end of the day, if you're getting your ass kicked and you just need to be able to move the ball, sometimes you got to fucking pivot, right? And you got to switch it up and just go with what's fucking working. But some of these OCs and DCs and head coaches, what they are is too stubborn. And they're too stubborn to admit that they fucked up, or like maybe I should, pivot my play calling style. And that's what makes a lot of these teams continue to lose and not being able to make you got to make the players look the best that they can look even when things are bad. But if you can't even understand or notice what's working, of course you're at a fucking zero. Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Spencer Rattler's legs. Why are you doing anything besides that? Answer me that. Put me in, coach. The Breaking Bad portrait Legos I sent you, I thought you would get a kick out of that. And that's actually made out of individual Legos for every single one. The placement, if it's on the kitchen, obviously not everyone would probably have people that they live with that would accept that, but I feel as a super fan of the show and actually doing every single character and everything is out of Legos. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I was you see things like that once in a while, but maybe 2 or 3 characters, not fucking 10 portraits made out of Lego out of all the characters in Breaking Bad. Incredible stuff, man. Shit. Me and Amber are getting in the game. I got to be the head coach of the OC because she got some gloves. Let's go. Golly. Shotgun set. Rattler. Here we go. First down. Saints. Go down so you don't get it stripped. This ain't a strip club. Come on. Catch the ball. Go down. Shotgun set. Rattler. Batted down. Yeah, people are so talented with Legos too. Like what you mentioned, sometimes people will actually build vehicles and life-size actual vehicle out of a Lego, or a simulation mini airplane, or a Jeep, or a Batmobile, or a statue of Batman that's 6 feet tall. It's pretty cool to see the creativity out of people with things like that. Mims. How the hell are we going to Mims? I mean, didn't I used to listen to Mims back in the day? Some of y'all are old enough to know what I'm talking about if you're in the hip-hop game. I mean, you got to have that passion. You got to have that voice. You got to have that energy, but it's about being genuine and real. That's always number one. Genuine and real, number one. And then if you have all the other attributes, then you can go to a whole nother level. Shotgun set, Rattler, 3rd down and 8, pressure on the edges, pass incomplete. Offensive line went to sleep. Lucas Van Ness says, I need a sack lunch, biatch. Look at him. He wanted that bad. He's how I smell the sack. I smell it. Yeah, he says. Try to hit him with a little F5 at the end. Brock Lesnar. Oh, Saints with a punt. I mean, this would all be fine and dandy if the Saints were going to get like the number one pick in the draft, but unfortunately, with 5 wins, there's so many bad fucking teams in the NFL. Like, I was actually looking at the standings today, and it's like, gosh, there are a lot of like bad records this year. I mean, there always is, but I think at this point, it really starts to become a reality who's going to end up getting the top draft picks, and people are salivating over guys like Travis Hunter. Fuck, I would too. But the quarterback class stinks. So, I mean, if you are looking to upgrade the roster, then you're looking at, maybe Travis Hunter could end up being more valuable than, any of the quarterbacks and, one of the overall best pieces because of versatility. Maybe he plays punt returner, kick returner. Maybe he plays corner. Maybe he plays wide receiver. Maybe he does a little bit of everything. Yeah, and then they have like those Lego shows where they show them like having a contest and like competing, and then you see like some of the high-end stuff of the Lego Masters. I mean, my little Lego like Jeep vehicle from the 80s is still one of my prized, toys that I have just because it's like fully intact. It's barely been used. It's still got the Lego figure in the driver's seat, the accessories that come with it, with like the exhaust that goes up and down. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of Lego stuff left, but having that, vehicle pretty much mint still, that's very special to me. Come on, Saints. We tried putting up the big logo twice, and did it work? It did not. Come on, Saints. You don't want America laughing at you, okay? We don't want that. We want you to get better. But they're injured. Now, if they had a 0 and they had everyone healthy, then the criticism comes out. But, I mean, they literally don't have anybody that could actually make plays for them on their offense. I mean, at least let them have Taysom Hill healthy so that way they can get some points on the board. Sometimes NFL can be cruel. Yeah, I respect anybody that can do the Legos. It takes a lot of fucking patience. But if you have the patience and you enjoy to do it, and at the end when it's complete, like the satisfaction you get is like beating a video game. I feel it's like the same type of feeling. Especially when some of those replicas with the Legos, I mean, it's going to take you some time. It's not something that you're going to do in one day for some of them. First down and 10, Love, hands off. Now, I guess Josh Jacobs' night is done, and they're just going to go with the backup for the rest of the game. How dare they do that to Double E? Like, at least let them have at least a closer of a chance. Yeah, Lego in Denmark, like world headquarters or something. Is that where it's? Is that everything is? Is that where it's the main headquarters is Denmark? I imagine they have headquarters everywhere now, especially as big as Lego is now. They probably have one in every continent, except like Antarctica, Second down and 12, shotgun set. Love, off the helmet and complete. Yeah, that's when it's been a rough year. Not even 140 or 150 or 200, like just getting one time, and think about how many times under 100. So, just fitting, that it would happen against me. And, I don't mind. Like I said, I want people to be able to have their shine. There's been quite a few of us that didn't really have the year that we wanted in fantasy. So, good. Finish strong. And it's not like I gave up either. So it's like all the moves that I made and all the players that I have. Going deep, got it. Oh. I didn't read. First down, Packers. Sometimes you end up just having the right players playing together in that 1 week, right? Where you end up having 4 or 5 guys that hit, where you normally had 4 or 5 guys get a dud score. So, Sports gods want to be able to reward everyone. Sometimes you just got to wait to the very last game of the regular season or the playoffs to get that reward. But it seems like that feeling is nice, you know? It's like to actually have 3, 4, 5 guys go off out of 9, you know, and score shitloads of points. Even your kicker with 20, like 21. Hell yeah, you know? Like, I don't like losing whatsoever, you know, but again, when it's, you know, not for the championship, you know, it's, you just want to be able to do well at the end. Whatever happens, happens. Jaden Reed, he's a speedster, the deep threat. And then, like, Dobbs and Watson can go deep, too. They got a lot of athletes on this Green Bay Packer team. Second down and 7 on the Nolans 46. Shotgun set. Audible at the line. Trips right. Plenty of time. Dontavian Wicks, who might be like the 5th option, and he can still get touchdowns and make plays. Look at all these guys here. Look at this. Watson, Musgrave, Reed, Kraft, Dobbs, Wicks. Javon Walker out of Florida State. And I remember that, too, because I remember buying a box of football cards for, you know, I normally don't do that. And I like the one card that was supposed to be like, you know, the special holographic card, I ended up getting him. And obviously he didn't turn out to be really anything, but haven't heard that name in a while. Javon Walker. Wow. Old school. Love it. Oh, look at him. I'm on green. I'm on green. I'm on green. Bat, bat, bat. Even though the same team is depleted, they shouldn't be at a 0. Good points. Fantasy's fun when you can actually score 130 to 200 and you're actually winning, you know, but it's like when you're not scoring points and you're not winning, it sucks, man. You know, especially when you're trying. Like, what's worse than that when you actually are trying and then fuck, like, no matter what you do. And that's why if shit isn't working, you have to work the wire to make your luck get better, you know. Can't get content. Third down. Sarah with the monster week. JT having like the best game of the season on top of Keenan Allen hitting in the same week and getting good numbers out of the kicker. You know, and Double E getting 35 out of kicker in defense. When that typically happens, you usually win 95% of the time. You know, when you have 35 out of your kicker in defense, considering that the other guys don't shit the bed in your lineup, but that's a lot of extra because sometimes we only end up with 5 to 10 points combined. You want 20 or more, 10 and 10, but as we know, sometimes that doesn't happen, especially with the defense this year. Numbers on defense have been bad. Kickers have been missing more than ever. Extra points and field goals. Like Tucker went from being top 2 to being like, oh my God, what happened to you? 4th down and 4. I feel like evaluating kickers and defense and fantasy is one of the hardest things to do because regardless of the projection, you don't really know what's going to happen. Pick it up and good. Like someone could be projected for 7 to 10 points in fantasy and they might end up getting -3 or they might get 23. You know, like very difficult. And kickers, like you think, oh, I'm going to get 10 this week. You might end up getting 3 and it's all touchdowns, extra points, or they might go off for 20. You know, like I feel like, you know, kicker and defense, it's like, you know, sometimes you get disappointed, but other times you're like, oh my God, like what happened? You know, and sometimes you get blessed with like 35 points, you know, out of your kicker and defense, a 17 and an 18, and that's a fucking awesome feeling. I don't know if there's anything more awesome than that besides maybe players in your lineup getting 30 or more. That's the same type of feeling. 2 more points from 140. Get it dedicated, Reed. Have it your way. You rule. At least we don't hear those Burger King commercials as often as they first started doing the jingles. Do you remember when the Burger King thing came out? Wappa, wappa, wappa. Man, it was on every network, every like 30 seconds. Like it didn't matter if you were on TNT or Fox. Like you couldn't get away from Burger King. Like they were forcing you subliminal messages to go get a damn Whopper, even if you don't want to. Like, goddamn, okay, if I'm going to get brainwashed with Whopper, fucking 80 times in a month or whatever, like brainwashing at the fullest. Whoppa, whoppa, whoppa. But it is, I don't have them as often as I did back in the day, but they are good. But I know sometimes people, it'll hurt your stomach afterwards, depending on, like Taco Bell. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you'll be good. Sometimes you might have to, have to take a break. I was always a fan of the Whopper when it was like $1, right? Onion rings when they were fresh and they had more and they tasted better, and the strawberry shake, and always the largest cup. Large, and back in my day, oh god, in the 80s and 90s when things actually tasted better back then, and then the portions, oh my god, Whopper, large onion ring, and then a large strawberry shake. Maybe that's like $3, $3.50, maybe $2.99, $2.49. Oh man, I can taste like the milkshake just thinking about it, like the flavor of the strawberry and like how amazing the thickness of the shake was. Oh my god, so good. Things have changed. They don't make them like that anymore. And the onion rings, oh man, so good compared to the ones now. Whopper was a damn $1, 99-cent Whopper. Whopper, 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 whopper. Yeah. $27-0 Packers. Can we please get the Saints at least something? I mean, you would think, okay, a touchdown at minimum, but at this point, I mean, we just want 3. I just want enough where, they want the touchdown, but they fail, can't get into the end zone, or they're in the red zone, and then boom, field goal. Well, at least do that. 27-3 looks better than 27-0. I mean, it's bad, but, 3 is better. Anything is better than a 0 in anything. Donos on the channel, anything but a 0. NFL game, anything but a 0, even if it's 3. Hell, even if it's 2, a safety, you'll take it. But the way that the game is going, I don't know. Not looking too good. Whoppa, 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 whoppa. God damn it. BK, have it your way. You rule. But if I haven't had a hamburger in months, I'm probably not doing Whopper. I'm probably going to try to do something better. If I'm going to have my one cheat meal, I got to have something other than Whopper. The Whopper is good when it's fresh, from what I remember. Mims. Man. It's crazy to think how so much has changed, from those moments back on the beginning part of the channel in 2017, 2018, 2019, and the things that happened. Man. It shows you have like a 4 to 5 year window when you're an elite team, whether you're the Niners or you're the Saints or whoever, right? And if you don't capitalize on a couple Super Bowl trips and a couple NFC or AFC championship games, it's a wasted time period, because you're not going to replicate the coaches, the players, everything kind of comes together at that time. And then the really good teams, they have a rebuilding phase and then they do it again. But sometimes other teams, it takes a long time to get back to that point. Cedric Wilson with the catch. 3rd down and 7 on the Nolans 33. No amount of gumbo or jambalaya is making the Saints fans happy tonight. but that does actually sound really good. Like I would love to eat fresh gumbo and jambalaya. Like that would sound just amazing right now. I love different cultures, different food. I like going to Flavor Town. Food makes things better. Get rid of it. When Rattler throws the ball, Rattler looks like he's actually trying to throw to the ground, and the ground is his receivers, and the receivers is the grass. Have you noticed that? Like he does understand that throwing it into the turf and grass, we don't get yards for that. You don't get positive yards for throwing it into the turf. I think someone needs to explain that to him, because most of the throws are like, where are you going? Now, if you're going to throw it intentionally into the turf, like try to get it to your guy. They just like fucking straight Gronk spiking it like on every play. 4th and 7. Rattler. Throw it. He's got a man. 1-on-2. Almost intercepted. Who's he think he's throwing to? Meacham? Who's he think he's throwing to? Joe Horn? Who do you think he's throwing to? Marquise Colston? Drew Brees. Jimmy Graham? What you know about Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham? Jimmy Graham. Personal foul. Unnecessary stupidness. First down, Green Bay. Saints, can we get points? They said nope. We like style points in the opposite direction, so everyone gets fired. Blow this shit up. We need a new quarterback, head coach. We need defense, offensive line. They're going to combine the Panthers and the Saints together to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, and then the Nolans Panther Saints. Come on, Saints. Like every time we try to put up the logo to give them a little bit of an oomph, it is fuck it up. All right. Yeah. All the Saints fans, just thinking that, it's not going to happen. But I kept telling y'all, like when the Bucs are good, we're really, really good. And there's always a chance to go all the way when we get to that point if we have the roster and the coaches to compete with everyone else. And, we've been blessed to go to 2 and win 2, like the Ravens, and it's like, once you already experience greatness in Gruden and Tony Dungy, right, and Monty Kiffin, and you have Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and John Lynch and Rondé Barber and Mike Allstott, you don't think I know what fucking greatness looks like? Like, you ain't going to replicate that. But then you get Bruce Arians, and then you get Tom Brady, and you get Gronk, and you get Fly Like a Butterfly, Sting Like AB with CTE, okay? And you have, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Levante David and Devin White, Antoine Winfield Jr. and Tristan Wirfs, and fucking Tom Brady makes that shit work, right? Taking advantage of opportunities when they're presented in front of you. Drew Brees. What you know about the Drew Brees? We'll get Drew Brees for Elliott. Like, this Saints loss stinks, but at least O-Dog and Reflect, they helped me out. He said, hallelujah. It is a Merry Christmas. Breeze. And I feel like with Breeze, even if you hated the Saints, you respected the hell out of Breeze. And then it makes you also think like the Chargers were dumb to get rid of him, but then they did get Phillip Rivers, so it's not like they were completely dumb and didn't hit on their quarterback also. But if they don't get a Drew Brees, the Saints don't win anything. And then also Reggie Bush was very clutch, at that time too. Joe Buck has a baseball voice doing football, and it's terrible. It's Stick to what you're good at. The baseball. And Troy Aikman always sounds like a drunk uncle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, eyes always red. Like, like, what's going on with you, bro? Are you stoned? Like, what are you sipping on? Like, most of the time, Aikman is on point, but every once in a while, some questionable things with him. These guys are a 7 all the way. Is it great? No. Is it terrible? No. Is it better than Chris Collinsworth? Yeah, but that's not really saying a whole lot. If we were going to give it a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 7. And ESPN has been terrible. But it is what it is. And motion, shotgun set. Keeper. Yeah. Second down to 2. Shimmy, shake. And it goes down. Malik Willis out there. They're like, we're not even going to play any of our players anymore. We're going to throw all our backups out there. Strike home, best short quarterback ever. We had Doug Flutie. We had Russell Wilson. And then you got Drew Brees. You make your choice. Russell Wilson was the top 3 quarterback for quite a few years, but I think Drew Brees, with those 5,000-yard, passing seasons. And plus, aura, pregame speeches, right? Who did the best pregame speeches? Offense, Drew Brees. Defense, Ray Lewis. You just have to watch clips and you will find out. Almost caught that, too. Tipped. Okay. Oh, he almost had it. 4th down and 2. He said he hit you with the throw by the Pierre Thomas. See, I've been watching the Saints even before some of y'all were born. Dalton Hilliard. What you know about that? At one point, in 89, 90, he was like one of the top dogs in the NFL. The old school era. Yeah, imagine if you would have held on and you would have tried playing that piece and you would have gotten a 0 unless you picked up another Saint receiver on the wire or something. So, yeah. Yeah, but like Joe Buck is a baseball voice. Like, some guys, they're good enough to do other sports, but if this is going to be like the main one on, a particular Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, you would think that you would have the best people doing those games. First down, Packers. Move the chains. Nice route by Jaden Reed. Good speed and separation. Good hands. Malik Willis is like, thank God I'm out of Tennessee in that fucking dumpster fire. Whoop. He's like, I did that shit in college. Said Pierre Thomas, Ricky Bush, Mark Ingram. That combo of Mark Ingram and AK-41 early in his career, that was something. Can't guard Mike when he was actually can't guard Mike, huh? Michael Thomas can't guard Mike. First down. And then the haters would be slant boy. He could be more than slants. They were just talking shit. He talked shit. They talk shit back. They want to call him slant boy, but we all knew he was more than that. Unfortunate end to his career. Could have been something, or at least it looked like it could have been something, but it was more Breeze making him something. And then maybe his belief that he could do it without Breeze, and he never was able to. And got injured like a motherfucker. Maybe he shouldn't have talked that much shit, and maybe the sports gods wouldn't have penalized his body with injuries. 3rd and goal. Get 150. You need a Jaden Reed touchdown, and then you'll get that. Or some Josh Jacobs for double E. Josh Jacobs isn't in the game. Damn it. Wilson. No signal. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs could have 5 touchdowns in this game. How dare they do that to double E? Lambeau Leap. Isn't it crazy? Like, if it would have just been a Ravens type of team where they just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, no questions asked. Like, he would have. Like, what do you think the point total would have been? Would it have been enough to get the 40? You think? What's the yardage wise? Well, actually, we don't know because I mean, maybe if he was playing in the second half, obviously yardage would have been higher. But like, what are the total Packer rushing yards? And then you got to look at 6 points for every touchdown, so that would be 24. So then you would just need 16 with the yards, which would be 160 yards. So you would need 4 touchdowns and 160 yards to get it. $34-0. You got you 20 with only 1 TD? Oh yeah, then maybe you wouldn't have needed that many yards then, because the yardage would be calculated differently. All right, take care. Thank you so much for all your support. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you for the love and support. We still have people that are going to help as much as they possibly can, and obviously, me and Paisley are very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. See you when I see you. And thank you so much for your love for me, Paisley, and the NWSF. We got a great vibe, with some of us in this room. So appreciate you. Tomorrow I'm going to take Paisley to the groomer, get her nails trim and dremeled, washed by Dad, get her a new Christmas present, and then we will be doing the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. And then no stream on Christmas or the day after Christmas. But then we will be back at it for the Holiday Bowl with Syracuse and Washington State. And then on Saturday, Colorado in that bowl game. And many, many other college and NFL games after that every fucking day. It'll be fun. Low snap, hand off. Saints need a goddamn Reggie Bush right now. Nine-yard gain from Mims. Second down and 1 on the Nolans 31. Can we get some points, please? Check down. Green Bay still playing hard. Mims again. $255 yards, 2 Ds, 4 catches for 47. Yeah, you have to get some catches for PPR. Wow, what a game. I wish I had Saquon on my team this year. Yeah, they are. They'll be fun to watch. We'll definitely stream, Mariners and Padres, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. That's why I feel like the playoffs, like anything can happen. Like, first place could win, second, third, fourth. Like, you don't really know, like anything could be possible if especially just 1 week in 1 week. Like, that's it. Like, you just have to pray to God that your players hit that week. It's not really skill. It's just, kind of like schedule and luck. And hopefully they don't get hurt and then you don't, get a 0 or a lower score. Yeah, that's crazy. He hit 149.22 and she hit 148.58. But, But doing it against each other, it's like for whatever reason, sometimes it doesn't play out that way. Sometimes it plays out that way when you play that person, but then if you play another person, I don't know. It's sometimes different circumstances happen. But yeah, Shep scored the most points out of any of the playoff teams. And the building. This was a fun rivalry back in the day, Elliot. Like, you guys were always going at each other every single time. Like, it was awesome. Hell yeah, 146 is a great weight. Two-minute warning, 34-0. Packers. Come on, Saints, please, man. Like, there's Bucs fans that would just fucking hate the Saints, hate the Falcons, hate the Panthers, and they wish that this would fucking happen to those other teams every fucking week, but I'm not a heartless bastard like some of those people. I want to see, we're right before fucking the holidays. No one wants to get a fucking goose egg. But again, injuries, no Carr, no Alvin Kamara, no MVS, no Rashid Shaheed, no Chris Olave, no Taysom Hill. And no more Lattimore on the Commandos. What do you expect? It's like going from a team on varsity to freshman team. Depleted. Juwan Johnson, should have went to him more. Just like Foster Moreau and Spencer Rattler's legs. Put me in, coach. Yeah. What did Kraft get? What's his number? You needed something better than Douglas and Strange. Especially putting up 35 on your defense, Mike. Tank Dell, that would have, Tank Dell and Kraft would have won it for you. That would have been it. Kraft and Dell, that would have been the magic. There's always a will, sometimes there's a way, but it's just about guessing correctly. Sometimes we guess correct and sometimes we don't. And sometimes you have to have like that perfect guess, otherwise it doesn't happen. That's why it's so difficult, to correctly guess when you have, something on the bench that hits 20 or multiple that put up a shitload of stats. Like if you look at my bench, like every motherfucker scored some points there. Like, why did I fucking play you, Khalil Shakir, you bastard? Like, you're supposed to give me at least 10 to 15, and then this is the game that you shit the bed. Fuck out of here. It's like sports gods is toying. 10 to 15 every single week, and then all of a sudden I put him in for the first time just to show him some love for Josh Allen. Shits the bed. Get the fuck out of here. And then I got like 6 guys on the bench that could have did better. But that's how it goes in fantasy. You never know. Third down. Rattler, check down. Mims. Short wiggle. Fourth down. Lucas Patrick down with an injury. Travis Hunter on the Saints would be huge. Imagine having a player with swagger coming to a team like that. That would give them the juice and the lift that they would need. Hell, you probably would have to play him everywhere. All right, Travis Hunter, you're playing punt returner, kick returner, starting corner, and wide receiver, okay? On a rookie deal, all right? He can make a lot of money with endorsements. He can make like an Air, you can make an Air Travis shoe. You could end up doing that. Hunter edition, exclusive. Be like a Vapor Max. And if you get a player like that, that'll like keep the fans engaged. Where if the other positions kind of stink and it takes a while to get good again, but you have a guy like that to make it exciting. That'll hold over the fan base a little. Knowing that you got maybe one of the hopefully top 20 players in the NFL, and he ends up being one of them. One day. I hate when guys get rolled up on. It's not a sight to see. These offensive linemen are tough SOBs, man. I love the offensive line. One of my favorite positions in football. All guts, no glory. Never gets any love. Even the best ones, like Tristan Wirfs and Penei Sewell, you barely hear about them. It's really sad. It's like you want to make sure that people are getting recognized when they're like really, really good at center, guard, or tackle. Floater almost intercepted on 4th down. Can't even get points. Can't even get damn 3. Oh, Genty would be sexy. Genty would be much sexier on the Saints 1-2 combo with Kamara rather than going to the Cowboys. I mean, obviously Cowboy fans would love Genty, but that would be sexy. I mean, one thing is for sure, Genty and Hunter are going to pan out. There's no question about that. It's just like, how good do they get? Like, you're going to be on like the good level, but can you get to the great level? And then after you hit the great level, how consistent can you be to be elite? But the potential is definitely there for those two athletes. You just got to hope that their bodies stay healthy. Oh, that Saints beanie is pretty fire. It's kind of like my Buccaneers one. I like that. That new era. Oh, that's a fire beanie. You might have to cop that, Elliot. Double E. Like I said, there's a reason why I got this one, because I don't like the ones that are like all red. I like to have like more of a gray or a black, like to actually have the pewter, and then have the stitched symbol in the middle, and then team name, little bonbon on the top. I mean, these are the winner hats, baby. Final score: Packers 34, Saints 0. Shout out to Megan, $200 dono. Jacob, $5 dono. Amber, $5 dono. Calvin, $2 dono. Reflect, $8 dono. So Reflect, what would you like for photos here before we go? Do you have anything that you want me to be able to pull up? It could be like scenery photos, like the Redwoods. It could be Oregon coast. It could be Seahawk players. It could be Husky players. And obviously Belichick to a Belichick. So they're illegally recruiting and trying to steal away players from the Huskies with that Belichick to join his dad and telling the players to transfer to North Carolina. Dirty Belichick boy. I guess it runs in the family to bend the rules. Boo him. Trying to rip off the Husky players to go play with dad? Come on. I got you. Good choice. I think that's why I like watching like History Channel and watching stuff on Discovery, and that's like Alaska or snow related. There's something calming about it, like when I go outside, when I can end up watching programs that have the dogs and the mountains and the lakes and the snow. And it doesn't even have to be December for me. Hell, it can be in summertime and I'm still like engaged watching and enjoying the program. I don't know. It's like, I guess maybe the mountain man in me in my previous life or something, but it's like, snow doesn't make me afraid. Like, this type of environment, it's like is enjoyable for me. Some people hate the cold, but it doesn't really bother me. So this is a snow hotel for the Northern Lights in Finland. I can only imagine how amazing the views would be. Aurora Borealis. You're going to get the Aurora Borealis next. So it's like we have to see like the outside perspective, right? And it's cool, right? But I want to be able to see what it looks like inside. Like give me like what it actually looks like if you paid for it, right? Sign me up. Zini, Panini, Machine, $10 dono. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. The champ is here. The two-time champ, not just one time. You're like Becky Lynch, like Becky 2 belts, Zini 2 belts. You know, you're the only two-time champ, the very first two-time champ, and probably not the last. Probably be the first 3-time champ. Appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang. And at some point or another, I need to, get a T-shirt for Reflect, and obviously something for you on NFL Shop as well. Great job this year. I knew it was either going to be you or Reflect, more than likely based off roster, but anything can happen in the playoffs. And Double E had a monster matchup and had a really strong end of the season with Lamar. And, the Zini Machini is pristini. What can I say? Congrats. And scored most points is usually the person that wins it all, because that's the team that is the best, that has scored the most. And sometimes they give up the least or the second least or the third least. But the Zini Machini almost undefeated. I see you. What do you want to do for photo, Zini Machini? I gotta delete some photos, make some room for the champ. Chick-fil-A, crispy chicken, they say, with a zesty pickle, they say. I got you. Most important piece on the team. You got to have him if you want to make that Super Bowl run. Yeah, it was awesome to be able to, and you were the last one to join. So like I said, there was, a few choices, but I went out of my way to see, I didn't think that you either were going to be doing one or people were afraid of you because they know that they would probably lose to you and they didn't want you in the league because you're too good. But even knowing that, I was like, yeah, I want you a part of the league, and I'm glad that you joined, and I'm not surprised that you won it again. Congrats. Beast mode. You got all the other guys afraid. They're like, gosh, she's so good. Straight banned you. They're like, this girl's way too good at fantasy. She's better than all the girls and the guys. She's too good. No, but like seriously, people like once someone does good like her and they end up winning it or getting like top 2, top 3, they get intimidated. And again, that's why a lot of leagues in fantasy, people think that it's like fair. You know, let's be honest, there's a lot of fantasy leagues that only have a couple people that know what they're doing, and then they try to get others, you know, to play so that way it makes them look better. You know, like every league is not created equal. Lenny D. What's good, brother? Lenny D is popping out of the cut, out of nowhere. Lenny D. Zini Panini, Lenny D. Zini Machini winning the Fantasy Football League. Our first 2-time champ. Fly Eagles fly. Have you guys, as Eagle fans, seen the reports about Carson Wentz and then some of the former players talking about how he was selfish and that he wouldn't listen to the coaches? So have the natural talent, but then when things needed to be audible, then things needed to be changed up, that he just did it his way. So it kind of makes you now understand why Wentz didn't end up working out, you know, with everyone on the team, because if he's not fully listening and he's doing whatever he wants, that's going to rub people the wrong way. I mean, even if it does win games for the team at some point or another. But this guy right here, this ain't no fucking Carson Wentz. This is the truth. Jalen Hurts. I remember some Eagle fans that were like thinking that he wasn't good enough. I was like, well, some people are good at evaluating talent and some of y'all are not, you know, and it was very clear that with the Eagles and Jalen, this was the piece. But, you know, for some Eagle fans, they had to have a couple good seasons to prove it to them. Yeah, but when guys like Darren Sproles and other guys that are respectable that are saying these things, you know, they have nothing really to, you know, gain from it. They're just, you know, just saying it, you know. And, it, you know, not every player, you know, is going to be kind of a selfish player and whatnot and, you know, maybe think they're better than they really are. But eventually that shit will catch up to you. STL is back. Oh, really? Jamie Noble, nice. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, but now you don't got to worry about that. Having this is much better. You know, push, baby. Yeah. But sometimes, you know, things like that happen. Or, you know, you have, you know, you get Kirk Cousins and give him too much money, and then you draft Michael Penix Jr. Now, in hindsight, you know, they're, you know, going to be very happy that they can dump the rest of the money and then invest in Penix and go there. Gary, Michigan boy, going crazy on the microphone. I like the Eagle jerseys too. The different, you know, options. You can go like regular. Obviously, we know that the Kelly green is the best, but I like kind of the black. The black look is fire. And they look good in it. I think they look good and play better in the black than the green sometimes. Like a little bit more swagger comes out when the black comes out. It's a sweet jersey. The Kelly green is number one. Packer fans love Josh Jacobs. Swag, 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 swag. Yeah. We have similar taste. We know what jersey combos look good. Yeah, I agree to that too. Yeah, absolutely. Also, just as impactful and important, the drafting the two corners, and having them both hit this year too. That definitely changes the game. Swag, 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 swag. Especially when it's a healthy Saquon, right? When a healthy Saquon is healthy, he can be a top 5 back in the league, sometimes top 2, top 3, right? But obviously, we don't know if he can stay healthy in consecutive years. Hopefully, he can, and obviously in a better organization, getting the hell out of New York and going to a team that actually can get something done with his talent. Yeah, I agree to that too. STL with a fiver. Yeah. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang. Let me know what you want. I got to eat dinner and take Paisley on a 30, 45-minute walk. We will be doing the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific. No stream on Christmas Day or the day after Christmas is when I'm going to be going to the arcade and the Blazer game, which will be fun. And then we'll be back at it on Friday for the Holiday Bowl with Syracuse and Washington State. So we'll do Tuesday stream, Wednesday and Thursday off. We'll be back Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, repeat. We'll be doing it. Exciting whites. Hey, it's nice to be able to see, the Caucasian white corners be good enough to actually hang with the brother corners, and you end up making kind of a name for yourself. And obviously having both of these guys pan out in the same year, it doesn't happen normally. And you get Saquon, everything's coming together. Fire, 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 fire. Yeah, that's true. They're good. All right, Marquise Colston. Marquise Colston. I'll get you the #1 Marquise Colston photo of all time. The boys got it. Reflection in the visor. Undefeated. Shout out to STL. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed those. Anything else that you want to be able to see, reflect, Zini? Let's go through the photos one last time. Congratulations on your fantasy championship. And again, when I have the funds to be able to figure out something for NFL Shop for you, I'll message you and we'll get that taken care of. Need to figure something out for Reflect as well. Maybe something Seattle Mariner related from like their website. Yeah, this is a view. Yeah, you know the sad thing is that Greg Olsen is actually one of the better other options that's out there. You know, not everyone likes him, but the thing is that if you compare it to like Chris Collinsworth and even Buck and Aikman that we just listened to, Olsen is actually better than those guys. I mean, there's, you know, Olsen is even better than Brady. Like, you know, I think Olsen is actually a little underrated, you know, but I know what you're saying, you know, and I do appreciate the compliment. No problem. Congratulations to every single person in the league. Again, for some of us, it was very underwhelming. For others, you guys kicked ass and took names, including mine. Shout out to the first two-time champ. Love you and appreciate you. And GG to everyone that went through it and participated as well. You guys are the best. Again, I'll be live for the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow. That'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific. And let me take a quick peek real quick before I go. But thank you to every single one of y'all that liked, subbed, donated, commented, and shared. And tomorrow's matchup is going to be South Florida versus San Jose State. I know not a lot of us are going to have too much interest in those teams, but it'll give us a chance to hang out if you got nothing else to do. And I'll be live for a couple hours. So South Florida, San Jose State at 5 o'clock Pacific. Hawaii Bowl, the only bowl game tomorrow. No competition, so it should be good. And I appreciate every single one of y'all. And I got one question for you. Well, you know, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. I will enjoy the walk. Appreciate you. Shout out to Zini. Appreciate you. And again, thank you to every single one of y'all for hanging out today. And I am out. Gang.